I am.
Whoa.
All right, we're live. Oh no, Booter, don't you have your finished character art?
I do, yeah.
You
Oh
didn't.
my
You didn't
God.
change your
I don't
thing.
know how to do that.
Oh.
Do
You're just lazy.
I don't know how to do it.
Got to use that that like link to Discord thing. I think it's pinned.
Pinned?
It is not pinned.
Yeah, that's why I wouldn't know how to do it.
I know Slug has linked it a few times.
My God, I have 37,000 channel points.
Pretty hype.
Oh yeah, that is true. If you just like jump to the messages with the like links to the Foundry, it should be right next to it.
I don't have access to this link to me.
I made a mistake. I fucked up. I don't know how, but I
I
I
did.
think
don't
you
have an
sent a
access
personal
to
link to
hashtag unknown.
we need to see the art.
What do I gotta go to do it?
It's Fugi.
What?
Oh my God.
There. I've just responded to the link, Booter. Go click on that.
Clicked on it, it took me to nothing. There's no link here.
Yeah,
Oh,
get
Yeah,
that.
that was very strange.
It's way up above there.
Yeah.
I pinned it.
Good idea. For me, when I get mine.
Yeah, it's pretty hype.
Yeah.
Yep, Alex should have his hopefully by the next game.
I'm already excited. The neutral pose is good enough, and then I had some special requests for the talking pose.
I gotta log in with Discord for this?
Yep,
Oh my
you have
God.
to log in with Discord, and then once you're in, you should be able to update it.
Alrighty. I have to make one with. I gotta download these pictures.
Well, while this is getting set up, we're live. Welcome. We ended up missing last week because Nurgle took Alex.
Yeah, I was fucked up, dude. I don't know what happened.
I've threatened on stream for table talk. We're gonna have a Nurgle counter just for you. Every time you miss table talk because you're sick, I'm just gonna add to the Nurgle counter.
I think that'd be fun. But yeah, I was I had that awful type where you can't even like sit down. If you have to be laying down every once in a while, you have to do the cycle because you just have no energy. It was awful.
Whoa.
But I'm back. I'm ready, and I'm never gonna get sick again.
I think you've gotten enough sick for a lifetime, honestly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do so much. I try so hard. It also is fun. I celebrated Christmas early, and I hang out with my family, and my sister got sick. Not even from me, just like in general, got something different and worse. So it
That's
runs in
rough.
the family, I guess.
Did I do it good? Do I have to do something with this
Probably.
now?
I think. No.
I think you have to get Camo Link.
No. There's like a
Oh.
group thing. 1 second.
Oh, right.
Oh wait, did I just
Oh.
select it?
Hey,
Oh, yo. There he is.
that's my mare.
It's me.
That's
Oh.
my mare.
Hello, everybody. I've come to you because re-elections are coming up.
Hype.
That's the mayor I didn't vote for. Fuck yeah.
So fancy.
I'm a fancy lad. What can I say?
All right, we're just one
good.
shy.
It'll be worth the wait.
But yeah. So speaking on missing, we're gonna be missing next session, as it's the day after Christmas.
Yeah, kind of unsurprising.
So no vampire next week. And then I don't know. Does anyone have any special plans for like New Year's that will incapacitate them for the day after?
Not that I know of.
Not that I know of.
I'm gonna party so hard, guys. You won't believe it.
Party so
Get
hardy.
stoned as fuck.
I'll just
That's
try
right.
some party drug and see what happens.
Yeah, I'll mix acid and shrooms.
I wasn't planning on
What?
missing, but since we're just getting into it, yeah, I figured I'd just go do some meth.
I was gonna try MDMA for the first time, see what happens.
I'm
Get some
thinking
Molly, and then I'll
maybe
I'll
black
be
tar
so
heroin.
happy. And then for the next 3 days, I can't do table talk and vampire because on the come down, I'm just gonna be really depressed for 3 days.
Oh god.
Which, by the way, is the actual come down state of Molly. You are horribly depressed for a few days. Because it's just like you feel
What's
such
new?
extreme
Dab.
happiness that it's like your brain cannot produce happy chemicals for a bit.
Here's the easy solution. Never stop taking them.
Oh gosh, no.
True.
Here on Bad Luck Gamer, we do not endorse drug use. Please be safe and responsible.
Hey, what's up? Blue Boy here, famous YouTuber. I endorse all drug use. Go wild, have fun.
Now,
All the drugs.
I hate to say it, but I think I gotta support Glue Boy here.
Yeah, Glue Boy is.
Sounds
Bad
like
Luck
someone I
Gamer
want to
doesn't.
subscribe to.
Listen. If you've watched any of our content, you should know that take my all words I say with a grain of salt. A pretty big one, honestly. With that, I say, yeah, try it. It's been long enough. You're good. You can do it.
Isn't the expression "take it with a grain of salt" because grains of salt are small?
Yeah, it
The
should be
same.
bigger because it's me talking. And you know what I like to do? Lie.
It's
It's
true.
fun.
Yeah,
Spreading misinformation is
know.
the best.
I mean it's basically my favorite pastime.
All right. Well, last where we left off, you guys have been exploring some of your options, talking to your sires to get some information out. You are getting all nice and set up to dive a little bit deeper into who or what this thing is, how you can solve it. And then Ophelia comes home to, an open door, an empty house, and blood on the floor. As her wife has been stolen in the middle of the night, and a convenient blood trail leading to an empty parking garage was at the site of Ophelia's confrontation with the leech, a entity, a creature that looks like a wide-brimmed hat and trench coat individual, is actually a horrifying monster, with its coat being its fleshy flaps and a fleshy cage underneath the hat, and a large prehensile tongue kind of extending out from its stomach. Ophelia put up a valiant fight against the creature, landing a pretty good blow right as the fight went off, but Ophelia quickly found that this creature is insanely powerful, very strong, very fast, and also deviously cunning, as in order to land a clean blow on Ophelia, it threatened to strike Ophelia's wife, causing her to take the blow and thus be nearly incapacitated. But through sheer grit and willpower alone, Ophelia manages to grab her wife, escape from the leech, and get her wife to a hospital before struggling to get to Ted's apartment, where kind of going into a bit of a frenzy, Ophelia requested to be knocked out, and Ted obliged. Now, we wait for the new dusk to come, where Ophelia will definitely need some blood, and a lot of it inside of her through injection or otherwise. And also, now you guys have some information on your target. And we also have an impending meeting with some of the Tremere higher echelon that reside in Seattle.
Yep, and yeah, pretty quickly, in the normal method, Ted's landlord, Ghoul, comes and requests all of you to come to the apartment. Probably looking a little more worried this time.
I just sigh. How many movies can we watch in 1 week?
Alright,
Yeah,
Cam, can we get
Velvet
music?
would rush over.
oh, I have music, but I probably should share it with you.
Cam just enjoying it by himself.
Sitting
Rude.
there rocking out on his own.
Not even sharing.
I'm sorry. Man, like 4 hours of sleep and no nap, and I'm losing it.
You got this.
I will do my best. All I know is that, like, after I take Devin to work, I'm going to crash.
I
Anyway.
honestly don't blame you.
Yeah. I had to. Otherwise, I couldn't get to play Path of Exile with Booter because he'd be asleep.
Yeah, and I'm the one that has a whack sleep schedule.
You do, but still.
My sleep schedule is actually regulated. I sleep in 2 like 4-hour shifts. Anyway, so as you all rise this night, rouse checks. Ophelia does not need to roll one.
Let's go.
Oh no.
Well, it's just you're not rising, so.
I don't know if I don't think I've ever failed a rouse check.
Oh, Ted.
Wish I could relate.
Oh my god, I'm still full blood. Let's go.
Bestial failure doesn't do anything on a rouse check. It's just a fail.
That's good.
Ted just goes 100% feral after knocking out Ophelia.
Just eats
Ted looks at Ophelia laying there, bleeding a little bit.
She must be sad. Perfect.
I've been looking for this blood type.
Yeah, I do fit into his feeding type right now.
Yeah.
Nice. I need to get another dominate pip. That's really what I'm looking for.
Yeah, sorry, I can't get that for you.
Isn't that the
Damn.
one that Ophelia usually is? Caloric?
No.
Or is Dominate phlegmatic?
I think it's phlegmatic.
Yeah. Isn't Caloric the angry one?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
I mean, you'd be down, like, take one for the team to get Diablerized, right? Just a little bit. You could live inside my head.
Yeah, but honestly, that would be
Ooh.
great. I would love to live inside your head.
I would not. Last head I would want to live in.
What? That's crazy. That's what I'm looking for. Yeah, I get to get Mental Maze.
Who would you choose then?
I mean, I'm sure you'd prefer a human, but you know.
That's what Velvet's for. Velvet, sniff them out.
It's handy having someone who has a way of sensing it.
It's incredibly handy.
Or someone who has a flock that's just tailor-made for whatever y'all need.
But yeah, each one of you individually summoned to the apartment.
So where do you have Ophelia in your apartment? Do we just walk in and see Ophelia on the floor, or is she like off in a
No, no, I don't worry. It'll be fine. I'm prepped for future situations. Ophelia's in the bathtub.
Yeah.
Okay.
As you all walk in, it's just like him kind of pacing a little bit. He looks perturbed if he made expressions normally.
I rock up to the door and, having learned my lesson, I pull out the folding chair that I've brought with me and just sort of set up shop outside as I
The
knock on the
moment
door.
you put the chair on the ground, you unfold it, you take it out of the little bag. The moment it sits down and like halfway to sitting, you can come in.
Ugh. I immediately break the chair and then walk in.
Augustus
Velvet
laughs
would probably
quietly.
come in shortly after because she doesn't live far from Ted.
Yeah, if you live in Soto.
Yep. Actually, another good question. We know Ophelia was bleeding. Is there blood on your floor?
I mean, probably just a little bit.
Okay.
I don't think there'd be enough. Like, I think he'd clean up the main bits of it, but there might just be some blood that is stained, just that won't fully come out. It's not like it doesn't look like a bloodbath or a murder happened here.
Okay.
He's got hardwood. It's fine.
Is everything okay, Ted?
There's a slight issue. And he just he just jerks his thumb over to the bathroom.
Oh no, is your toilet giving you advents of the apocalypse now?
Not tonight.
I'm very worried about what's going to be in there, knowing Ted's track record, and especially just in a bathroom.
Do you
But the
want me to
things
go
I
first?
do for the team, I go and open the door.
And yeah, you see Ophelia just fully out, appearing dead, just in the bathtub.
I like put my hands on my face and just sigh so deeply. I turn to you and go, "What drugs is she on now?"
They encountered the creature that we've been hunting.
Is she okay? Like,
She's in torpor.
shit.
So we need blood so then they can wake up. They encountered it. Apparently it's been stalking them. They lost a lot of blood and showed up at my apartment. It was too late. The sun was coming out, so we couldn't really do much. Ophelia asked me to knock them out, so they wouldn't go feral. So now we need to procure blood. Enough blood that they'll be fine.
We might find something in our hunting ground, but just to find one person going missing would be a problem.
That one person will require to die if we go with that route.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
And then looks over at Michelangelo, I don't know, you don't have like ties to the black market blood trade, do you? Like mafia shit.
I
I
might
don't
be
have
able to help
ties, but
there.
I might be able to find where it would be.
I might be able to help there.
How?
Would knowing where that was be a streetwise check? Yeah.
We're knowing what is, sorry?
The black market for, excuse me, blood.
I snap my fingers a couple times, and then Willenbury will come in. I got a black market dealer.
I'm just trying to think of what black market blood is.
Yeah, actually, there's a large quest line related to that in Bloodlines, and it's as fucked as you think, depending on how you take it. There's a very weird man who sells blood at a blood bank, and if you try to help somebody, you eliminate his supply, and you have to give him a new one. It's up to you who you give to him.
Okay. Uh, yeah, okay. Sure, it would be a wit streetwise.
Alrighty. Not too bad a roll. Let's see.
Yo.
Nice.
Nice. I was gonna make the DC for that or target number 3, so that's good. And this is Willenbury's contact, right?
Yeah.
Then it's probably like a human black.
Yeah, I assume it's less like vampire farming and more like human organ trade.
Which is fair, but not what you guys need. You need something very specific. Yeah. Something that keeps the vitae, you know, fresh. But all right, sure. So for Michelangelo, I mean, old habits die hard. Kind of when you got brought in and kind of got your feet solidly in the ground in the Kindred Society, you did the first thing that any proper, you know, ex-mafia member would, which is you put in roots deep in the dark places where people don't normally like to go. You haven't really had much of a need to make use of such a thing, so you haven't had a lot of time to like make your own contacts, for instance, in this situation. But you know where to look, at the very least. Problem is, it might take some time. Time's not something y'all have in easy access. But you're pretty sure you know some good farmers out in the country.
Grim. But he says, I do know where we could start looking, but it would take a lot of time.
Time that we don't fully have.
So, you guys have some options because it's not like it's completely unheard of for these kind of situations. If you want to maybe take one of the easier routes, you could potentially go to a butcher and request like a gallon of blood. you know, there you might have some context that way, or actually, what are the features of your particular coterie?
That's a good question.
Yeah. So with your Lien, essentially anytime you guys are using your local area, you can add a die to a check when it comes to something specific to your domain. The only thing it doesn't add to is hunting, which is sad. But in this case, if you guys wanted to go and talk to like a butcher or something, you might know a place, or you might know like a facility that does something like that, or you could possibly go to the probably one of several hospitals and you know, ask for some blood bags. There's always kindred involved in medical fields. It's just too clean of a resource to properly ignore. And considering the amount of blood you would need in blood bag purposes, then I would say you'd probably need at least 2 in resources to, you know, buy some blood.
And we're not just going to get some guy to come in here and be drained, huh?
That
I
is
have one
another
resource.
option, as much as I'm against killing an innocent in this regard. I mean, I don't know, maybe our sires have someone they want to get rid of.
We can just go find some random criminal, some low-life scum off the streets.
Do you have a method of tracking that down?
I'm guessing it's just the two of us who have the resources necessary for this, Peter.
I have
Yes.
resource 1, so
I have resources 3.
I have resources too.
In most situations, I would jump at the opportunity to have someone owe me a favor, but I know Ophelia well, and I can't imagine her keeping this favor in mind in the future. But I'll do it if I must.
The favor, just not how you want it, probably.
That's not how favors work.
But that's how she works.
Unfortunately, yes. But if I must, I'll go get some blood. We need the information she has on the monster anyway.
I got some rough information, but going through with it with her, with all of us, would be best. Especially before I go and actually talk to the Tremere about it.
Oh yeah, when is that?
Tonight. Or when I schedule it, but I plan to do it tonight.
Well, if you need to go, I can stay here with her.
No, we should get this handled first.
Yeah. And be careful while going there, because if that thing attacked her, it could attack any of us.
Well, I don't think we'd be sending him alone.
Okay,
Not
good.
anymore, anyway.
Yeah, one of you can follow me or something.
right, and just to properly kind of lay everything out. So it might also come up for future purposes. In this current situation, unless you guys find any future context or the like, you guys can use resources to get access to blood from hospitals. It's resource 2 for as much blood as you guys need here, but typically, if it's just a bag or 2, it's only resource 1. If you're using your resource in this way, and it's a resource that's equal to your resource, then your resource is temporarily degraded by 1 dot. If it's Aliester who's doing it, then you should be fine since he has higher than 2. But if Michelangelo did it, for instance, he'd be reduced down to essentially 1 dot for like a month or 2, give or take. If you guys wanted to go and like request blood from a butcher, for instance, then you need to go into town and talk to some mortal, and you would need to make a probably like a target number 2 on a charisma persuasion, though you can add your lien as additional dice on this check.
Yeah, it's a bit of a hard sell. Some people, if you're like, "Hey, can I have a bucket of blood?" It's like, well, what?
Just say you're making
Yeah.
blood pudding. You'll be fine.
We're shooting a movie and we want it to be realistic.
I mean, target number 2 is not that difficult, but it's something
No.
that, depending on how it's done or what kind of failures might be produced, could end badly. So,
Mhm.
It would be a persuasion what?
charisma.
Yeah, and if I fail that, it's a real failure on my part.
Is that your highest one?
No, manipulation persuasion would be my highest, but it's second.
So, however way you guys want to go about it, we can do that, and give or take how expediently you want to do it. I mean, you guys can go get Ophelia kind of up and going before the meeting with the Tremere or after.
When's
I
the
did
meeting?
promise to do it to like first thing to wake Ophelia up. So Dad's
Well,
pushing more for that.
we don't really need everyone waking Ophelia up. It shouldn't be too difficult to stop by the hospital. So we could just sort of. I can go to the hospital while you go and do your thing. And
Well, it's
whoever
more
goes
like
with us
a
can go with
narrative
it.
thing. What do you guys
Yeah.
would like to do? If you feel like getting Ophelia up and having that, conversation first before the meeting with the Tremere or after. It's your guys' choice.
Yeah, because the one thing I don't remember, if you remember, Slug, how much detail did Ophelia give in that moment, like on the thing?
As much as she could give you interstate, I don't know exactly how much that was. I mean, I assume tongue thing, ugly, skin flaps. Probably what you got, like the details surrounding that. I'm not sure if Ophelia knows that it used vampire powers.
If anything, it felt like fighting a kindred.
And she would have also told you that.
Yeah. If anything, the only other idea is let's see. Velvet's like an artist. One of Ted's ideas was to get an actual like picture made of the creature to give a visual representation to the Tremere. To be like, maybe this will help better. Which then having like an actual like, from the source thing would be better. That, and I think narratively it would like be cooler.
Oh, what do you guys want to do? Wake Philly up or have Tremere meeting?
My vote's for Wake Ophelia.
Wicophilia.
Okay.
Yeah.
It doesn't really require any checks or anything, like I said. Generally, it's pretty common knowledge that like there are kindred connections, and with your status within the Camarilla especially, it's easy enough to know whom to talk to, and with the resources available to Aliester, it's not a problem at all. You guys get a lot of blood packs. You get like a stack of like 15 of these sacks. How do y'all distribute it to Ophelia?
Just
I think,
Capri Sun it, I guess.
Yeah, but like, kind of going off that, that is probably the best way. But Ted goes out and just grabs like a funnel, like tube that you would use to like chug beer at a college frat, and like that way, just we can funnel it.
Well, fortunately, the kindred do not need to breathe, so you just shove this tube down Ophelia's throat and just start pouring in the blood.
Since
Do you
this happened to
guys
Ophelia, I'm sure she would want to wake up doing a keg stand.
do you guys give a courtesy of like heating the blood up in like a you wrap them in a towel and you put them in like a thing of hot water, or you just
It's
leave
a lot of work.
or you just do
Aw.
cold thick blood?
Oh,
It's
This is
like
awful.
thick water. It's fine.
Oh, this sucks.
You need to boost your constitution by giving you thick blood.
True.
I have the max stamina I could have gotten at the start, Devin. I have 4 in there.
Not
Wasn't
enough.
enough.
It was enough to let me live.
I
Clearly
guess
not
we
if
could
we're
be
having to
nice about
resuscitate
it.
you.
I think we should be nice to our dying friend.
Though, the real question is, actually,
Already
Uh,
dead, Alicia.
actually, I
Well,
don't
you
think
know what
so.
I mean.
Not because we're not nice, but because I don't think Ted has any of the necessary things to do that in his apartment.
Your
Ted
landlord
strikes me as
does.
someone who would
Oh, she
have
would,
like
yeah.
who would like tea. Got like a little kettle for it.
No, because of that noise that tea
Oh
kettles
god,
make when you heat
it's
them up.
so obnoxious when it talks.
Imagine it actually screaming.
Oh.
It's
Alright,
just high pitched screaming.
Yes.
I support this.
Probably, yeah, grab some from the landlord and actually heat it up, make it a more pleasant experience.
Okay.
We'll just have to clean this stuff very well. I mean, to be fair, we're not pouring blood in like their pots or anything.
Yeah, no. It's like I said, all you need, you can even do it in a sink, honestly. You just gotta heat up some water, wrap the bags in like a towel, and then you just set in the water for like 5 minutes. Heats it up to a good, kind of warm temperature, but anyway, you do so, and as the blood begins to enter into you, Ophelia, it feels like a warm set. It feels like it fills your veins. It's like roots inside of you filling with pleasant heat as you kind of awaken to the sensation. There's a thick tube in your throat, and you know, you probably awaken like on Ted's kitchen floor.
Nah, still in the bathtub. I ain't spilling blood in my house.
Okay. Well, that's why I would imagine you'd move her into the kitchen, but anyway.
No, it's the bathtub. You just put water over it.
Sure. And yeah, I don't know. It's up to you. You're now awake.
Hello.
Keep
Take the
drinking.
Oh, thank God.
Oh. Keep drinking. Tube still in mouth.
Blood bags do not restore that much blood. You gotta get more.
Like I said, it's like 15 of these, like the saline bags, you know?
Yeah.
Oh.
It's a lot.
As soon as I see that Ophelia is up, I grab a bag and pop it myself so I can pour it in there.
Twice the blood going at once.
Yep.
Drowning. She's drowning.
That's the point.
It's fine. Kindred can't drown.
You know, I kind of enjoy being fed. I'm gonna sit here and take it.
I only do it for like half a bag before I give up. I have weak wrists.
I'll hold it for you. He just grabs the bag.
Good job. Keep up the good work. And I go and sit somewhere.
He gives you a weird look.
Wait, where are you sitting? I thought those broken chair outside was yours.
I brought more than one. That's not my movie chair. That's just the chair I came to sit outside. I wasn't going to set up my movie chair outside.
I thought all of your furniture was like that, though.
No. That chair was by far cheaper and less comfortable than my movie chair.
All right.
You can't bring the movie chair to sit outside. That'd be insane.
It would be insane.
This amount of blood, I might add, was more or less just to fully awaken you from torpor, but your body is incredibly injured. So, we're going to go into vampiric mending, which is not under healing, which is a different section in the book and apparently is more relevant to mortals.
What?
Huh.
You say vampiric mending is more relevant to mortals?
No.
Then vampires?
There's a healing section in the book
Oh.
because I went and looked it up. It was like, here's how mortals heal. If you want to look at how vampires heal, go to vampiric mending.
That's so weird.
Which is like
Okay.
100 pages past that. So,
What?
yeah. Don't ask me. Anyway.
You know what's
the
worse?
publisher of this book? White Wolf?
I don't know.
That's
Quite.
the creator. They bought it because Paradox owns the company now.
Yeah, White Wolf went out in like 2018. To be fair, White
It's a
Wolf was putting
renegade.
some really weird stuff in Vampire at the time. They're the ones, actually, because as mentioned before, they're the ones who put the neo-Nazi stuff for the Brujas and some other really weird stuff.
Yeah, I mean they fill out World of Darkness. It's very fleshed out. Some good, some bad. Some stuff that sounds really bad on paper that then is like, oh, this is actually kind of nice. Like, it's actually very well written and kind of respectful. Though I will say, recently I took a trip up to Leavenworth and I found a game store that has the physical copies of Vampire and the Player's Guide, like both the core book and the Player's Guide. It is not better to browse in person. It's still bad. And you want to know the worst part? They had the new Werewolf 5e book. It was so much better. It is so well laid out and organized. That book kind of rules.
Damn.
This is. Let's just hope the new wave of TTRPGs come and are better laid out.
I really hope so. I just want them to re-release this book. It's fucking annoying.
But
Did you get?
anyway, so I guess it's aggravated damage.
Yeah, I'm trying to see because I have a really cool PDF I found that is like a really condensed version of the core book rules. I'm trying to see if it has better stuff about healing.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Because is it just healing aggravated damage? Is what we're trying to do?
Yes.
So to heal aggravated damage, when waking, make 3 rouse checks
Yeah,
in
I
addition
guess
to your
I
normal
have.
waking. Yeah, you heal 1 aggregate damage and 1 crippling injury. You have a maximum 1 ag per night. If rouse cause hunger 5, then torpor instead of frenzy.
Yep. So, yeah, go ahead and make a 3 rouse checks.
Are you okay?
Go.
Okay.
Okay. So you heal 1 aggravated. It just goes completely away. Doesn't upgrade or downgrade to superficial or anything. Just 1 goes away. And I think you had 1 superficial as well.
No, it was all double crosses.
Well, it was all double crosses because you wouldn't be able to. You would have went down.
Oh, I thought Ted did the last double cross.
No, I think I did superficial or something.
No, because
Well,
I had
Yeah,
6
no.
double crosses and 1 single slash, and then you did the last double slash.
Yeah, to knock her out. Yeah, no, that's right. Okay, so yeah. So you have 1 free health box.
Let's go.
As Ophelia, you're mending your body the best you can, but you know that you're not in the best situation at the moment, and you gain 2 hunger from this, by the way. So you would have went back to 0 or back to 1 because you're gonna get below 0. So you're not 3 hunger.
After all 15?
Yeah.
Oh my. Oh
It took
no.
all 15 to get you 2-1 from Torpor.
Oh my god.
Oh god.
But you're conscious and you can move. Your body might not completely work as you would hope, but you're conscious, and that's what matters.
Yeah, you can only heal 1 aggravated per night.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh,
To
boy.
put it like in game terms and I guess like how it relates to real life. Aggravated damage is like broken bones, damaged organs, or like burns.
Ah.
Your body was pretty mangled. by the leech. I mean, you may still have a gaping hole in your abdomen.
Oh yeah.
If Immortal was to look at you, they would think that you were. There should be no way you're alive right now.
Yeah.
So they've begun feeding you. You focus and attempt to mend your wounds, which is a conscious act. And you're now left in a state of being one step from death, but conscious.
Welcome back.
Thank you. Sorry I did this to you all.
What are you talking about? You didn't do this on purpose.
No, wasn't your fault at all.
Wasn't strong enough, didn't get out of there sooner, took a blow to protect my wife.
Just because something kicked your ass doesn't mean you're weak. It means we need a better plan.
Both can be true.
You're not weak. You cracked a fucking building. I've come across tons of other kindred that wish they could do that.
You're really strong, Ophelia.
And from the sounds of it, like it's done with all of its prey, it waits until its target's alone. It knew that because you didn't have backup, you would make an easier target for it, and I'm sure you gave it just as much hell as it gave you. And there's no weakness in caring about your loved ones.
I'm not
That's part
saying
of the
that's
humanity we all
weak.
bear.
I need to
Sure.
call around. I can't go out like this, but I need to make sure she's okay.
We can go check on her for you.
Okay. I open up my phone and I go to maps, approximate the location where I left her, and then look for the hospitals and start calling around, seeing if they have.
You left her outside of a hospital, didn't you?
I left her in an
Yep.
alleyway, calling 911
Yeah.
Oh,
because the sun was coming up. But I call around hospitals looking for an Alexandra Marks.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's easy enough to assume which one is which, as you left her off not too far from a hospital. When you call in, let's see, interesting point actually. So when you call in, they ask for your relation.
Oh boy. Would it be easier to say like granddaughter? Or
Yeah.
grandniece?
oh. Because you're like a known body, right?
I'm a known blank body.
Probably better than trying to pitch the fact that you're her dead husband. Or wife.
Wife.
Wow.
Wow.
Oof.
Yeah.
Some H my head, dog.
She's been
Yeah.
alive for a long time. She can have two.
Yeah, I'm her grandniece.
Okay. The person on the other line says, "Well, she's currently sleeping. She suffered some pretty severe injuries, and with how old she is, she had to go into some surgery to get some stitches. We can let her know that you called.
Please do.
We'll do so. Will there be anything else?"
No.
What room is she in?
Oh, what room is she in?
They give you the room number. 214.
Sweet. Bye. Hang up.
Okay.
And then there's the next important matter to take care of, something I assumed would be more useful. If everyone's willing, I was hoping you, Velvet, could use the description Ophelia can give you and give me a visual representation to present. Be easier than me describing it third hand.
Sure. I'd have to run back to my apartment and get some easel, and some stuff, but I could do it. Just give me a little bit. She runs off and comes back with paint supplies.
We did not hear like half of that.
Velvet goes, "Yes, it'll take me a minute to go get the supplies from my apartment."
Yeah, the most I had, like, on his prep to grab like the funnel, he probably grabbed like one of those composition notebooks and like a pencil or something, and then has it set in the bag somewhere. But probably
if you
not
got
as
that,
good.
that works too. My apologies, I didn't assume you kept that kind of stuff.
This is recent.
Alright, and she will attempt to sketch out the creature.
Okay. This is going to be a performance check using Ophelia's intelligence.
Oh, you sure you want that one?
Oh,
It's based on your memory.
Ah, shit. So add a 1 to your performance.
Okay, so I'll just roll one of my lower stats then.
And don't you have a specialty in art?
I do.
Then you get an
So,
additional
yeah.
die.
I don't suppose
kinda like-
people can drain people's memories by any.
I'm pretty sure you would have to diablerize them.
Any modifiers or difficulty to it?
No. The result will be how clear the image is. So
Can I try to mind control Ophelia into remembering?
not unless it somehow improves their memory. Okay. With 3 successes, you get a generally rough sketch of an individual. It looks pretty good. It looks like something straight out of an RPG book, honestly.
Turns it around. Was this close enough?
I punched the page because I thought it was it for a second.
She's like, reaction just like pulls it away.
Ugh. Sorry.
It's fair. Here you go, Ted. You might want to take this before she punches a hole in it again.
Grabs it and like folds it up, puts it in his pocket.
Hey, do you mind if I keep the sketchbook?
Please. I don't want it in here.
Much appreciated. She grabs the pencil from floating away.
Just being like carried to go to write something threatening somewhere else.
oh, I thought I was gonna stab somebody.
Nah, I was gonna write red rum somewhere.
What is that? Is that like a reference to something?
Yes. I watched The Shining once in this apartment, and then this is what happens.
So your ghost got inspiration?
Yes.
Wonder if it was an artist in another life.
Is that why we're not allowed to watch horror movies here?
There's no ghost movies.
They're probably safer with no horror too.
I like horror too much though. I also do genuinely picture like there's such a solvable haunt in this apartment. Like it's so easy for like a hunter or another vampire group to solve, but like God, Ted does not care.
You just have to do a light prayer over some salt and spread it a bit.
Like the bones of the person who died is just in the wall somewhere, and once you get that out, bury it, boom, it's done. That's why the ghost is so angry. It kept trying to give all those hints of like how to let it pass on, and Ted just ignored it.
Now it's just out to
Weird.
make your life miserable.
Yeah, it's like punishment, fair punishment, but just Ted doesn't really think about it.
I think it was just part of your Malcav network thing, so you just brushed it off.
Yeah,
What
just
you
that's
thought
how
it
he
was.
kind of goes about it.
Now that I think about it, whenever it throws things, like 90% of the time, it always hits the same spot on the wall.
I think that's a coincidence.
I wonder what that could possibly be about.
It's just
Probably
not a-
nothing.
It's just not a big apartment. There's like so many walls. Probably also like confirmation bias. We think it does it to that wall, so every time it does it, it's proving our point. Like obviously hollow every time it hits. The floor plan doesn't match up.
We could do a Wraith campaign where we're all just haunting Ted's apartment.
Yeah, I was thinking
Yes.
that. It's like if for whatever reason we're like, let's play Wraith. If we want to subject ourselves to that, then just there's one renegade Wraith that broke off. Because I gotta say, Wraith lore is weird. You're not actually in the Fleshlands, as it's called. You're in these undead cities, and you're conscripted into military legions based on how you died.
You just say
That's pretty
Fleshland?
hype.
That's what they call
Yeah,
it.
the land of flesh.
No, the Skinlands. Sorry, it's a Skinlands.
Oh my god.
Oh, even better.
That's less accurate.
Ew.
So, is there flesh in the ghost world?
No. You can sometimes get trees in cool special places.
Oh, that's pretty hype.
But essentially, picture like underneath a lot of main like areas. It's like a world that's like layered underneath our world that's built off of memories. So like a city, I forget exactly what they're called. A necropolis. That's what the cities are. It is built off of just the memories of things that used to exist in that general area. So like buildings that have been torn down and like architecture ranging hundreds of years, or like just right next to each other. And like as the memories start to fade, they start to fade too. So it's crafted from the memories of the Skinlands. And also it's super forbidden to go to the Skinlands, yet everyone does it. Like it's just kind of a thing you do. But if they catch you doing it and you're not cool enough to get away with it, you get turned into a chair.
What?
I kind of want to be a chair.
Yeah, there's soul forges. You can make items out of souls, and so punishment because the legions that you're part of are supposed to help you pass on to the next life. They don't. They keep you in perpetual servitude because they're shitty, and your punishment if you step out of line is to be crafted into a soul item, which is like just a nice couch, like just some luxury good. It's the only way to make something down there.
I want to play this system so I can play a ghost item mogul.
I will also say it is a game that is really weird to play because technically a part of your character sheet is controlled by another player, and it is quite literally a depression simulator because a large part of that your the other player controls is your shade or your shadow, which is directly an entity that is trying to pull you into oblivion to be unmade. And it is a constant voice in your head, like whispering how useless and horrible you are, and that no one likes you. It's literally depression. Like it's those intrusive, awful thoughts that people get, and it is that the role playing game.
Oh,
That's pretty
So
high.
it is a game you play with a group you really trust. Otherwise, it can be kind of fucked up and kind of weird. And hello,
I think
Gab.
that's fun.
There you go. That is my allocated World of Darkness lore segment. Thank you
Okay.
all for attending.
Thank you.
Anyway, anything else with Ophelia before we move on to the meeting?
Man, I want to feed.
I mean, if you can get a nice quiet feed, we have some in the apartment, but that sounds like it could go bad very quickly. Like this is an apartment building. There are other tenants. Just don't kill anyone. And don't get caught.
Yeah, you see, I don't have the skills for that.
Then you should probably wait. And I should go talk to some Tremere and hope I'm not made worse for it.
I wait.
Ted.
Who wishes to attend with me?
I mean, I
I
can
can.
go with.
You shouldn't.
No, stay here. I'll go.
I'm kind of interested in it.
I wasn't going as protection. I was going as, holy shit, this thing is real. Help us.
I mean, we know it's real. It's our job to investigate it.
I just need to get information on what it could be, any possible weaknesses, and probably find some form of payment for the information.
Fair enough.
I'll just see if there's some fancy artifact shit they want. Wouldn't be the first time I've broken into a museum.
Alright, have fun.
Ted waits for everybody that wishes to accompany for protection and just to hang out.
I'm going.
Well,
I'm going.
Finish off our friend, so we shouldn't take care of everybody.
No, I assumed
that's
if
true.
anything, it was going to be a half and half thing. Or at least like one other person. Like at the least. But
I mean, if Ophelia's going hunting, I should go along, if anything, just to make sure that nothing is remembered, if anything does happen.
It could be still tracking her, too. If she told us that.
Yeah. Plus, I think I'll sit out the meeting. You'll have to let me know how it is, though.
I know what you're referencing. But
How
You
is
should
this
all-
like, ooh, I know the lore.
I know the relationships.
Now you understand why.
Ooh. The Tremere killed Sauron. Ooh.
Not only that, they turned everything on the Salubri.
They 100% did, because they're all fuckers, and there's a very good reason why only recently the Tremere are allowed back in Seattle. There are so many fucking domains where the Tremere are banned from for good fucking reason. These stupid wizards.
Yeah.
They're bad enough with the real ones, and then here's these fake vampire ones.
I love them.
They're so shitty. I love them too. But yeah, wizard meeting.
Yes. You should also be careful after hunting. We know that the leech guy likes to hunt us once we're full up, and you're sort of topping him off on his drink right now.
You should probably have another person, like two, accompany if you are going to go out to feed. I am unsure if your current state would count as someone else being alone.
I would state that if it attacks, Ophelia would probably know better than most that it probably could finish her off before anyone could do anything.
Exactly.
You're one solid blow from being just instant outed.
Yep.
Your best bet is probably just lay low. Have one of your friends go out and get you some more blood bags or something. Bring you a feisty squirrel or whatever and just bide your time.
That's probably fair. If you're going to feed and live things, keep it in the bathtub. Other than that, you can, I guess, someone can get you a mattress or a sleeping bag or something.
I mean, is that a good idea? She like grabs.
Oh, you're muffled.
Would that be a good idea? She like grabs the pencil. Like the ghost could try to attempt to smother her, in a sense, or at least restrain her.
I don't think the ghost will kill anyone, and also if it did, it wouldn't really do much. I mean, there's a reason I don't keep sharp objects around. Just don't store anything sharp.
I don't know. Has it bothered you with blankets or anything like that?
I mean, I've woke up with like a pillow to my face, but I can't breathe anyways, so.
Alrighty.
The ghost finishes Ophelia.
Yeah, so
Honestly,
put the pencil somewhere else.
I would be 100% okay with that if Cam decided it right now.
Just the ghost going shh, shh.
Why isn't it working? Like doing it the entire day. Why isn't it working? Like pillow to the face. Or because vampires can't breathe, it like does it for an hour and it's like, oh, fuck yeah, I did it. And then just wakes up normally the next night. No!
I might have an old futon mattress I can let you borrow. It is a bit bulky though.
There's plenty of floor space. There's
I can help.
nothing.
There is. So you fine with me bringing in just the mattress, or you fine if I bring in the frame for the bed too?
Just the mattress. The frame would be annoying.
Fair enough.
I can help you with that.
Perfect.
Aren't you going to the meeting?
Well, I don't know. Well, Ted, would you feel safer if I came with you? Or does it matter?
He shrugs.
Okay.
It is your choice. I am leaving now for the Tremere meeting, so anyone who wishes to accompany, follow. And yeah, he just begins to start leaving his apartment, like grabbing his stuff. Leaves a spare key on the kitchen like counter, which is then promptly slid off to the floor.
Huh. It's got cat-like tendencies. I wonder.
What, are you gonna get a laser pointer or something?
I would if it wouldn't try to probably shine it in my eyes.
Oh, the ghost would.
I mean, I could try it though. I think I have a bracelet I can attach it to. Just says this as she mutters and heads back towards her apartment to grab the mattress and blankets and pillows.
Oh, wait up! He starts running.
So you're not going to the meeting?
I think he'll be fine with both the other two.
Alright, well, I hadn't decided where I was going yet, but I guess I could go.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Wow. Make up your mind. Meeting or no meeting?
Yeah, go on.
Okay.
Alright. So, you three head off to the meeting place where it's a nice kind of boardroom in the same facility of Ted's sire. Like Ted's the building that Ted Sire is kind of in is kind of like a general like office building. Has multiple spaces for various different businesses and the like. And being the time of night it is and everything like that, it is you all kind of come in, and Ted Sire also joins you all, as he's one of the main connections to all this. And he's also kind of here to just observe. You are all seated before a set of 3 individuals, all kindred, many of which are very stern, and the frontmost individual, a dark-skinned woman. She has curly black hair but with a silver streak on either side. She looks like she was probably in her mid-40s, give or take. She's dressed very nicely, and she all kind of gives you a somewhat weathered look. But as you all kind of sit down and everything, the 3 almost in unison kind of bow with a level of respect as the lead in this conversation speaks. She says, "Well, it's an honor to meet the watchmen that's look after our streets here in the city. Hopefully we can provide some aid to you all."
Ted, in that moment, is quickly like trying to figure out, oh, shit, what's the proper etiquette for this moment? Because currently next to me is Michelangelo, and then Aliester is here too.
Can I actually roll to know if I know what the etiquette is? I have etiquette skill.
There is an etiquette
Yes,
skill.
there is an etiquette skill. It depends. Do you all want to designate a lead? Or do you all want to attempt to, I guess, provide like a united front in a sense? Like all come in as a part of it together? Or do you prefer to just let one individual kind of do the talking?
I think we probably want a united front, right? Because
Yeah.
we have sort of split specialties here.
You
If
got
they ask about like information and investigating stuff, you guys take over, and if we have to convince them of something, I'll step in.
Yeah, we got a decent stat spread here.
Okay.
I think United.
True.
All right. Fun times. So, they, due to the benefit of your, what are they called? It's not, is it boon? No.
Merit?
Merits, there you go. They're here to give you a respectable meeting. They won't be overtly hostile to you. And they will be as accommodating as possible with obvious limitations. So, when dealing with other kindred, especially those who are involved with the Camarilla, who, you need to play the political game with, you will need to, well, not need to necessarily, but you will have to garner favor with them. This is a contest where there's a variety of checks if you make the right actions, make the right kind of dialogue choices, and the higher your favor is with them, the more compliance they'll be with anything you have to offer. Though any critical failures will result in y'all gaining some possible complications for future endeavors.
Okay.
Alrighty.
Does their status with the Carmarella affect anything in this?
Yes. For all intents and purposes, your status. Let's see here. Your status gives you typically a bonus or a penalty depending on the difference in status between you and the kindred that you're speaking to.
Okay.
Well, these are Tremere. Their status is low, right?
It
Mm,
depends.
I mean, the Tremere are the main 3 Camarilla clans, so it depends.
Yes.
Alrighty.
Not only that, but the request was to speak with some of the heads of the Tremere. So, that being the case, they would have probably a status of 4. While you guys have a status of 2.
So we're well below, so we got to be nice and respectful.
Yeah. You guys are like official, policemen essentially in a way for the Camarilla here. I mean, 2 is not a small amount by any means. Compared to most kindred, you guys are pretty established. But you're speaking to heads of a whole bloodline in a city area.
Mhm.
So the penalties will only necessarily apply if you make demands of them or speak above your station. It's just something to keep in mind in this point. Also, so the difference between designating a speaker versus a united front is when you designate a speaker, it's more like a one-on-one skill check where it's number of successes on a standard scale. When it's a united front, you will all need to make checks and you'll aggregate your results to hopefully meet an average score requirements. So for instance,
Is there like specific checks we make, or is it like we decide throughout the thing what checks to make?
it's going to be one or the other. For instance, you guys can say, can I, in this situation, you guys were talking about like the proper etiquette. For instance, this is a really good opportunity to gain some favor as you're attempting to approach them, respectfully. So, this would be a check of composure etiquette.
And we would all roll?
And you'd all roll.
Yeah, since we're doing a united front.
Yes, and when doing a united front, essentially the average number of total successes you guys will need to get will be 5, give or take, circumstance.
Nice.
Well, I hope you can carry this, Booter.
Yeah.
I'm good
2
at this. Does being hot help me?
Not in this instance, but it might in some other parts of the conversation, depending on how you
Okay.
guys engage. I will be keeping track of your garnered favor, and whenever you make a special request or some other checks where the favor might come in handy, I'll let you know if your favor was sufficient or not for the check in question.
I probably shouldn't use a discipline, to try and manipulate vampires that are probably above us in strength.
Not for family, like bloodline heads.
Yeah.
Their blood potency is probably at minimum like 5.
Yeah, I assume they would destroy me in any checks.
Oh, this might help you.
I don't know. Does this help me or does it work against me? It's one of those weird flaws that can do one or the other.
Yeah, it's very interesting.
I guess it does if it's not relating to one of your arcade beliefs.
Yeah.
That's fair.
I would say for etiquette, this is not necessarily a thing. But again, this is very open. It's not like I have scheduled or like planned out skill checks. This is a conversation you guys are going to have. It's going to be very dynamic. It's going to be very complex. How far you guys get depends on how well you can put yourselves in character in this moment.
Okay.
All right, then etiquette rolls.
Okay.
Oh my god,
You know
guys.
what? I did a
Fuck,
lot better than I
hell
thought I was
yeah.
going to.
Buckets.
Okay. There you go. So you all give like a respectful nod to reciprocate their respect, and you know, look them in the eyes, and you give a proper amount of time if they have anything to say before you guys speak. But then,
Yeah.
you know, you guys feel it's time to speak, and I will actually make a mark down of the favor you earned.
And yeah, Ted speaks up as he has the primary info, at least in his pocket.
Mm-hmm.
Your attendance is greatly appreciated. Normally, this would be something we handle on our own, but due to its severity, we believe it is best to get all the information we can. I am unsure how much my sire has informed you all of the reason of this meeting. I don't wish to waste your time and go over unnecessary information if it is possible. But we are hunting down a creature that has been attacking and killing many of the kindred in the area, and if there's any information, anything we can get on what it could be, its behaviors and the like, we can provide all sorts of information that we can to get a better description. As he unfolds the piece of paper and sets it down in front of him, like on that table, respectfully, showing them the drawing. This is the best of its appearance we could get. A member of our coterie had an encounter with it last night.
The matron kind of leans forward and grabs the sheet. And she looks it over, her face stony. There's no particular expression as her eyes kind of trace over the page. She then hands it to one of the other members sitting there, who then, you know, proceed to inspect it. All of them keeping very stony and stoic expressions. She turns to you all and she says, "Well, I appreciate you all reaching out to get help on this case. I hope this isn't based on any, you know, ill-conceived notions that the Tremere are particularly involved with any monstrosities in Seattle."
No, none of the sort. It's just the fact that if anyone would have information or knowledge of things like this, I assume it would be the Tremere, as more scholarly pursuits precede your reputation. Your clan's reputation, at least. I apologize if I gave any inclination that I believe your clan is involved with its creation or its existence.
I would ask, though they were stony faced, would one be able to make an insight check to maybe glean any like recognition from them?
You can.
Ooh, yeah, good question.
This would be a wits insights,
And I assume, yeah, we can all make the check.
if you so choose.
I would like to.
Okay. Can I add my psychology to this? My specialty in psychology?
I think you'll need to find some evidence or to base it off of something first. Justify the use of psychology.
Alrighty.
Oh,
I got one success again. Jesus Christ, guys.
Nice.
Okay. Looking them over, they are incredibly hard to read. It's very common in kindred culture that in any kind of situation, you know, you don't want to give any tells if you have any at all. And even the knowledge that they don't know anything could possibly be used against them. So, unfortunately, you fail to surpass the required checks to look beyond their facade.
No worries.
Yeah, I'm sure their skills are high.
When it comes to situations like this, yes.
Any contested roles are probably not going to be very easy for us.
When it comes to political things, probably, unless you're hyper specialized. But that's not to say that you guys can't possibly, for instance, weaken these defenses, depending on how you approach the investigation. Regardless, she nods and she says, "Of course. Well, we do know of many different entities and creatures of the like. They can vary quietly from time to time. And in addition, we can't guarantee any information that we give, even if we have some inclination as to what the creature might be, could be valid. Is there anything about this creature that you could tell us?"
I can. Outside of the appearance, it hunts, specifically kindred, right after they feed, attacking them when they're alone and unsuspecting. And from the reports of our fellow coterie member, it fights like one of us. And in particular, we have seen it demonstrate multiple different disciplines. And it makes use of them in different ways. It's moved very quickly, vanished from sight, became stronger.
There's a long moment, and she just stares at you unblinkingly.
Yep.
Then she speaks. That is quite the conundrum, isn't it? If it has kindred-like abilities and displays any disciplines, so you say, that would imply that it must be tied to the kindred.
Must be what? You cut out a little.
Sorry, tied to the kindred. She's somewhat soft-spoken. Tied to the kindred. She takes a long moment to kind of consider the next thing she wants to say. From the top of my head, I can't recall such a creature. In fact, beyond mortals and humans in general, not many creatures have deigned to hunt the kindred. We tend to stand at the apex of any food chain. So this behavior seems quite unusual. What do you all believe this creature is or where it came from?
I have my theories, but if any of you two wanna speak, feel free. I don't wanna like speak for everyone like the whole time.
Michelangelo, you got an opinion here?
And we've gotten a description of like the tentacles and stuff like that, right?
Yes, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
We got the whole stuff.
Well, it seems to particularly like ambushing, utilizing its tentacles to, in some cases, have wrapped around something's throat and dragging it upwards to a more secluded position. Has a penchant for draining as much blood from the victim as possible, though we have seen instances where it is almost splattered one of its victims across a rooftop. Definitely something of a predator of some sort. Maybe a mutation.
And specifically with it goes for kindred and it drinks as much, but we haven't seen too much evidence of it diablerizing, as sometimes it's left kindred to die in the sun, either if it was interrupted or something else. If I had to make a pure theory, it might be some form of a white or even something flesh crafted, but in a method I've never heard of myself. Its exact powers as well is what confuses me, as normally it's a little more restrictive on what disciplines we naturally attune to, and then much harder to learn. I don't know of many clans that hits the mark of all the ones we've seen.
Also, mentally, it seems to be intelligent and have thoughts and strategies of its own, but it, based on what we've come across of its actions, it seems very strangely driven toward its one goal. It doesn't seem to veer off much into extracurriculars or side quests or anything of the like. But it also isn't very picky with its huntings, as it seems it's taken a lot more thin bloods than it has full kindred.
The intelligence makes me lean a little away from my white theory, unless it's a specific instance that I just don't know that can occur. It is intelligent enough, though, to take a hostage, which it did recently.
And it seems strangely averse to harming non-kindred, as in the situation where we were able to witness it, it became sort of a last resort for it to try to attack the mortal in the room. And even then, it wasn't truly trying to harm the mortal, but use it as a opportunity to land a blow on our companion.
Oh. So it was one of the members from your coterie who were seriously injured from this?
Yes. They'll recover.
Well, as I've said before, what this beast is not something that we can easily just pull from the tops of our heads. We can look into it, and we would be more than happy if you all managed to catch the creature to look into it further, if you wish to turn it over to us. But beyond that, in this instance, I don't know if there's much we can really do to help you.
The request to research it is our expected result here. I did not imagine that you three would have the information right away. If there's anything we can do that could speed up this process, then we can see about providing that. And as well, we can promise, unless it disintegrates when we kill it, the final death can be sometimes unpredictable like that. We can turn it over if there is a corpse remaining, which is something we'd be more than happy to if information on this thing can prevent it from appearing in other domains, or at least not showing up in Seattle again. Our intention is to protect the city, so any act we can do to help further that is our goal.
Is there anything specifically you would like?
Information we can use to kill it. We need to find if there's any precedent for it, that we can better hunt it down, trap it, and kill it. Right now, we're only working off of information we've gotten after and during an ambush. We have plans, but it is difficult, this thing is thinking, and it's very, very hard to perceive. And as well, just the fact it only wants to come out when there's one of us. We have no idea of if it can perceive us if we try to lay an ambush for it. There's only so much we can glean from crime scenes.
So, what is it exactly you're asking for? You want information? You want some method to stop its abilities? You mentioned quite a few things, and, well, that's asking quite a lot.
A weakness and better insight to lay an ambush.
Well, as we said before, we don't have that information on hand. While we can definitely do our best, we can't make any promises. This is a situation, obviously, especially when dealing with kindred politics, them not doing anything is probably most beneficial. Not expending resources, after all, is just nothing but beneficial for them. You not only need to ask for something specific, especially something that, if they know a weakness, you have to imply they know a weakness. But you need to press them for it as well.
Hmm.
More of what I'm saying is if you guys do want actually something to get from this, because there are things you guys can get from this conversation, you guys will need to play a little bit more hardball with them.
Mm-hmm.
And one of the things that can make this easier is by garnering favor.
Well, offering the body after the fact is definitely a way to go about it for sure.
Yeah, I was hoping the 2 bits that he dropped in there was both the payment with the body after the fact, and then if there's anything you all need to, like, as you're going through this, we can provide it. Laying down the listen, we can do something to pay for it.
It's being considered
Yeah.
for the favor, but you're asking for information when they've already, or at least they've said anyway, that they don't know anything.
Yeah.
Which, you know, could just be a lie.
True. Fortunately, we've already incited it.
I mean, you guys are always free to attempt further insights. It's just very difficult.
I lean forward in my chair a bit and sort of clasp my hands. I say, I understand that investigating something like this might be difficult, and so since we're asking this of you, I would be more than happy to try to ease your efforts in this by perhaps placing some of your people into government office or certain higher up positions in larger companies or organizations that I have connections to, if to try and broaden your web in a way to get throw a wider net, to say, for looking into this information for us, if that would be of any use to you.
They look to each other for a moment. And they look you all over, as if considering something. She laces her fingers together and she kind of places her hand on the table. Well, I think that's a very generous offer. Are you implying that we know more than we're giving out? Or is there something more specific you're asking for?
I would never imply something so accusatory or bold. I'm just saying that we are really hoping for you to sort of expend your energy to look into it more, see if you can come up with anything that we're unable to, and if you need a broader range of contacts and influence to come up with something like that, then we can have that arranged to see if you can find more information than you have now on the subject.
And how can we be so sure of such assistance from you?
I'm sure you're aware of my position in the city as the mayor, but I have a close group of followers who are influential in their own right in various fields, which I've been cultivating. Uh, I'm more than happy to connect you with them right after this meeting if that's what you need.
Okay. Go ahead and roll for me a manipulation persuasion. And add a number of dice equal to the highest contact you're offering.
Okay. I'm sort of more banking on herd because my herd at the level it's at, I get a certain number of people within my resonance, which is all about like driven and successful people.
That does not count as contacts.
Yeah. I have, let's see. I guess I have 3. I can use Will and Breed to try and get her contacts involved.
That's Willembree's contacts, not your contacts.
Yeah. Can I but I can have her use them, right?
Not necessarily for this situation. The thing is, it's not your contacts. If they were to like, okay, sure, he's like, all right, let me just go ask my friend real quick to see if they will. That's a very that's not what they want.
Mm-hmm.
It's not
You
concrete
could
enough.
use influence as well as a bonus, since you
Yeah, that
have, I
works.
believe, influence.
I do.
Okay.
Like influence 3, right?
I have 2.
Oh.
Okay, then you can add your influence.
Yeah, I also have fame, which I hope will help with that as well. I'm gonna use a willpower to reroll 3 of them, right?
It is willpower to reroll. What was it? Yep, up to 3 dice.
Okay. And then can I just keep doing that? Because now I still have 3 that are empty. Can I do another willpower to do that?
Rolling tracker pools engaging in a 1 roll conflict. 1 second. What's a 1 roll conflict? That was so unhelpful for me to look into. Let's see.
So 296.
I looked at it. It's I don't know. It's so it says in any dice pool except when the rules specifically exclude willpower rerolls, rolling tracker pools, engaging in a one roll conflict, etc. So I guess what's a tracker pool? I don't know. It doesn't give me a page number here. This is not a one roll conflict, so I guess that's fine. I don't know what a tracker pool is.
The specific thing I was looking for, it seems like it is one willpower per check. You cannot spend multiple on the same check.
Alrighty. Well, that's good enough. I got 6.
I mean, that makes sense, but man, it's just not here.
It's like one of those rules where it seems like it's implied, but should be clarified. So that is a question people always ask of, oh, can I just spend all my resources on this one important thing?
Okay. That still nets you 6 successes, which is a fair amount.
That's pretty good.
They all look to each other. And they're like, fun. There's a possibility we might know some information about the entity, though it's hard to say for sure. And like we said, we don't make any guarantees, and this information is somewhat sensitive. So, we're willing to make a pact to not only provide the body of the creature to us, in addition, offer your aid for some of our political gains, then we can provide you with something.
I'd like to insight that.
Sure.
See if it would be something that would be worth all of that.
Alright, yeah.
Actually, yeah, let's try that.
Also, I found out what tracker pools are, Cam.
Yeah, I'm reading it now. Thank you.
Still wits.
Wits insight.
Do I want to spend? I think I will re-roll one die.
Yeah, if you're doing it for 1, should I do it for 2?
And how were you rolling the singular dice, Peter?
I just did a different skill that had the number of dice that I needed to roll.
You can also just make a custom skill. You're spending a willpower to reroll 1 die.
It might be necessary. I think my last one was what did
I mean,
I
you guys
get?
have a collective 8 points.
Oh, is it our collective in this instance?
Yeah, but what did
I
we
guess
roll
not
last
necessarily.
time? Yeah. I guess I'll try to re-roll to see if I can get these 2 as
Sure.
well.
Spend your willpower. I'm
Yeah,
more
I
than
guess
happy to see
the
it.
best.
I'll take it.
Got one more.
4.
You know what's actually very funny? I had to double check this. I really like how the portion on willpower spending, the rules of what you can spend willpower on, directly says you cannot spend it on blood dice, and then on 205 they say that for hunger complications, you should spend willpower to change it.
Hmm.
So they both say you can and cannot spend your willpower to change a hunger die.
Yeah.
Wait,
What a
hunger
good system.
complications?
Like, there is both the stuff here saying like you may spend willpower to reroll up to 3 regular dice, not hunger dice. But then
Mm-hmm.
on page 205, if the hunger complication seems too dangerous in the moment, the player can and should opt to reroll by spending willpower. Either to get rid of regular zero, to defuse a messy critical, or to turn a failed roll into a success in the case of a bestial failure.
Well, I guess that's different because it's like if you
Oh, I
roll a
guess,
bestial
yeah.
faille on your black dice.
Because I guess it's
Roll bestial failures
specifically,
on black dice.
yeah, because specifically
Yeah.
for it, then it seems that you can to get rid of bestial failure by making the roll success,
Yeah, just
or
more
get rid of the
success.
zeros to get rid of the messy crit.
Mhm.
Yeah. It does make sense, I feel like.
Okay, that's fair. So I guess
This is to
you
get-
cannot alter the blood dice. You can alter the black dice.
Well, it said to get rid of the zeros, to get rid of the messy critical or something like, or because
To get rid of the
Yeah,
to
'cause he's saying like
diffuse a
if you
messy.
get them, like re-roll the other dice so your successes
Mhm.
just outweigh it. I assume.
fair enough.
Yeah, that's what I'm assuming they're trying to say there.
Fix your
Alright.
damn book.
So, you have no insight on them, unfortunately. They are stony-faced.
I need to crit with all my dice. I think.
If you had crit with 2 of your dice, I think you probably would have succeeded.
Okay.
Because each die gets doubled on a crit. So, for your... Actually, if you just had crit that one die, you probably would have succeeded, because that would have been 6 successes.
Fair.
They're hard to read. It's a hard ask, to say the least. What you know is that you guys put the offer on the table. If they think it's a good deal, they're gonna take it. If you guys think it's a good deal, it's kind of a little late to pull back now.
Yeah.
Or at least not without probably losing some favor.
Yeah.
I'm just like I'm really the only one sort of putting anything into this, so I think I'm just gonna go ahead with it.
Because the only really thing that Ted can offer up is like, yeah, I'll give you the body once we kill it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
like I spoke up with the intention of following through with just sort of like even if it didn't sort of pan out in this instance, I'll have this connection with important people in the future.
Yeah, it's kind of the best we can do at this point. So
Yeah.
this is I think the best deal we can agree on.
Okay. So, this was a particularly difficult ask. The difficulty for this particular request was 8.
Oh my god.
You guys had earned 2 favor, one for your polite etiquette starting the encounter, and one for very well not implying that it was them and speaking towards their scholariness, which they enjoyed. With 6 successes, you hit the target number exactly with the 8
Oof.
minus the 2 favor.
Goddamn,
Let's
I'm
fucking
sweating.
go.
they're so
Hell
cool.
yeah.
So, first of all, They offer you a blood pact, by the way.
Oh God! Ooh, I don't want
Yeah,
that.
so what's the deal with that?
Do it.
I don't want to be
Uh,
bloodbound with fucking Tremere. Wait,
So-
actually, they cannot bloodbind, so
It's not blood
might
binding.
be okay.
It's a
Good, good.
different.
Okay, we're
It's blood sorcery.
okay.
This is just like a promise we can't break.
Well, so what happens is during the blood pact, they etch a little pentagram in blood, all this kind of stuff. You slit your palms, place your hands on the circle, and you make an agreement in exchange for the body and for political gains made in the Tremere's favor, at least within your level of influence. They will provide you what information they have. If you decide to break the pact, you will go immediately into a blood frenzy.
That's fucking goofy.
And this is for
Cool.
either side. Granted, they're about to tell you the information, so they have nothing
in
more
the
to keep
clear.
up after that point.
Yeah, they're not losing anything.
But
this is a weird one. Can one, since I do have knowledge in blood sorcery, could one technically observe the ritual in particular to maybe remember it for later, or is it more of a something else entirely?
Let's see here. Bum, 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 bum. Here's blood sorcery. I don't know if there's any special rules for learning blood sorceries. Let's see. I'm just trying to figure out what level of ritual this would be.
No worries.
Okay, it's definitely not level 1. Yeah, okay. So this would be a level 2 ritual.
All right. I have 2 blips in blood sorcery.
And I would say in order to successfully recreate it, you would need to make a intelligence blood sorcery test with a difficulty of 3.
Okay. Would I make this now, or would it be like
When you
me
intend
figuring
to
out it?
try to learn it.
Okay.
But yeah, I mean, predominantly this is more of a deterrence. The point of the pact is Kindred don't want to fuck it up. So upon failure to do so, as determined by the contract, which is, you know, the body is to be returned to them upon when you deal with the creature, and the help will be garnered when asked for, essentially. And to your benefit, Alistair, they will limit it to they will limit it to a favor. So they're not going to force you to
Alrighty.
continuously benefit their political gains. But
Mhm.
the next one they ask of you, you must aid, or you will go insane.
That's fine.
And Michelangelo actually doesn't have any horse in this race, as you didn't really offer anything for them. So they can't really blood pact you because you didn't offer anything for the exchange.
Hell yeah, you're a rogue agent.
In fact, if I'm lucky, I gleaned a new blood sorcery from them.
Yeah, you just gained from this conversation.
So if both willing, they fulfill the pact. The blood circle lifts off the table, kind of coalesces into a singular orb, and then the blood drains into your open wounds, which then heal themselves. You've now been infected with the blood pact.
Alrighty.
So, with that, the let's see, what would they be called? Bum, 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 bum. Oh, here it is. My God. Took forever. Okay. Yeah, so probably definitely like a 10th generation. So they're in Ancile. She looks at you all and she says, "Well, the creature in question that you asked for, we might not have exact information on. This does seem to be a form of, how to put it, homunculus is probably the best way to represent what this creature is. They can be formed in a large manner of ways and perform a large manner of duties, but with proper blood sorcery, or I guess you would call it thaumaturgy, and flesh warping, a creature of this level could be created from the... She pauses for a moment, kind of weighing the next words she's about to say. Altered corpse of a kindred. If that is the case, this would be a substantial advanced form of a homunculus that most kindred would be incapable of. It would take a lot of time, research, and not only that, a proper facility, as these things cannot just be created on a whim with thaumaturgy. It'd have to be a long, probably decade-long process, infecting the host and slowly warping it until it resembles said creature. Limited and programmed to act in a very specific way. That being the case, that lies in its weakness. This creature, more than likely, has been programmed to act very specifically. It will become very easy to predict in this case. From what you've said, and everything garnered, it would seem that the creature is to pursue a singular target until it has fully hunted them down, and probably to death. It is programmed to avoid all notice and to attack targets when they are alone. It's probably capable of sensing other kindred within probably 100 meters. Other than that, it doesn't have any innate weaknesses other than potentially any commands designed as a failsafe. Though, if you want to find something like that, you need to find where it was born, which I imagine would be very difficult. Now, the Tremere have had a checkered past when it comes to many princes, especially here in the US. We are not going to say that we are completely unsure who may have brought this about, but if they did so, it would have been against the wishes of our bloodline. Nonetheless, it could be a rogue agent, someone working for the Sabbats, and we'd be very keen to know whom they are and what they've been doing. We provided you plenty of aid. You know everything you need to know. And as per our pact, you know, I provided you all the information I can.
Your assistance is appreciated here. And with this information, hopefully soon we can then give you the body. As
We look
Ted
forward
makes
to it.
the motions to respectfully end the meeting.
Okay.
Stands up, gives polite nods again.
I stand up and like nod slightly and said, "I'm looking forward to keeping in touch," and go to leave.
Michelangelo nods and leaves as well.
All right. Well, you guys had your first political escapade. How'd you guys enjoy?
I am both very happy and very disappointed that I had no like flare-ups, because the way I was gonna play it was Ted was gonna be very political, very polite, and if I got any like messy criticals or bestial failures, he was gonna start spouting nonsense. Because he'd be getting information from the crazy part of his brain.
That would be fun. Just having the two of us hurriedly covering up whatever you're saying.
He can be very polite. He can do all this. The problem is just those flare-ups where
So he's
his blood-
insane, yeah.
yeah, his blood directly provokes like the crazy shit, where he starts spouting a weird nonsense theory.
But yeah, the three of them specifically are known as the triumvirates, at least of Seattle and of the Tremere here. They're the three most accomplished, anyway, Tremere here allowed to be in the city, and they are mostly in charge of the all Tremere activities in Seattle.
I'm happy that they're still keeping some form of organization. It's been
Yeah.
rough for
Yeah,
them.
well, talking about the pyramid kind of gets them in trouble, so they decided to go two-dimensional and went with a triangle instead.
Yeah, just be like, yeah, we're going Roman with a triumvirate. Like, don't worry, we're not going to talk about the pyramid.
We're not going to talk
It didn't
about
shatter. It didn't shatter. We promise.
We are not pyramid loyalists. But yeah. Yeah, and like I said, they were familiar with what it was, but they were not going to tell you guys. And then you guys dropped some pretty nice offers. I mean, getting the body back is like, okay, we can deal with this. I think they felt like they could manage it with, without really having to do much of anything. If anything, they would imagine they could just do it just so that y'all could stay in their good graces. But then came Aliester with like, hey, I got connections and political power. Let's see, is this appealing? And they're like, okay, this sounds very substantive, and they felt, there's a way they could do this while still not looking like the bad guys, and getting some pretty substantial support for the future, and essentially guaranteeing a blood pact where you guys got to return the body as soon as you get it, which means they can't get in trouble, but they also don't look like they forced it on you. So
my brain is mush. Every time I said something, I'd come up with what I was trying to say like 5-10 minutes before that, and then spent that whole time like, how do I word this so it's right?
I mean, that's also what they're doing, trying not to say anything particularly risky.
Go
ahead.
It was also really fun to be like, all right, we're trying to get a thing out of them, but I'm sort of viewing this from like, these are potential connections for me. Like, I can get an in here. So I was like, everything I did, I was like, all right, they're clearly sketchy, but like, do I really care? I want them to know that I don't care, kind of, that so that I'm on their side. And like, even if I give them more than they deserve for this, that's a connection. I'll come back to them in the future when I need something. I can set up another meeting, give them something later for a favor. I'm on my way.
Yeah. Well,
Sire, I'll see you soon.
something, and I think an interesting thing for a much longer campaign, of course, if you invest in the merit of Context 1 with the Tremere, it would be like, you could justify doing a Contact of 1 where they could provide something, not anything serious, but if you have continued engagements where things end positively, you can continue to upgrade that.
Yeah, that's sort of my guy's deal. He likes to plant seeds. Plant seeds where you can. It'll be a big tree eventually.
But yeah, now you guys know that this leech is essentially a kindred flesh warp.
Yeah.
That's
It
been
definitely has nothing to do with the Tremere.
I hope it has nothing to do with the Zamiski.
Whatever kindred made this has a fucked up sense of humor.
That's why I'm hoping it's not a Zamiski.
The fuck did you just? That's not a word.
It's a clan. It's the clan that are flesh crafters, and most of them are sadistic fuckers because they think it's funny.
Oh yeah, those.
And
guys.
it is funny.
Yeah.
They also have extensive breeding programs to create the perfect humans to then cultivate into vampires.
Yeah.
They do like themselves some vampire eugenics.
Yep.
Which is cool.
Interestingly enough, I think I read somewhere one of their chief torturers is one is a Simitsi who flesh warped himself to be androgynous.
Yeah. There are Zamiski that on a whim change their sex just for fun. Because it doesn't really mean anything when you could freely alter yourself. Which go off, but also disgusting that they join the Sabbat instead, and they're all sadistic pieces of shit. It's like, man, respect the grind, but why are you working with them? Except for a few. There are some. There's some Zamiski are allied with the Camarilla. It's on an individual basis.
And you also learn that this is kind of just like a fleshy Terminator. It's been given a specific job to hunt down kindred until they're dead. And unfortunately, Ophelia is its next target.
I mean, that's pretty fortunate, because now we know where it's going to be all the time.
I mean, that is one of its explicit weaknesses. It's crafty, but incredibly predictable.
Yeah.
And find it's John Connor. Or Sarah Connor.
Oh, you did. It's Ophelia.
Hey, Ophelia. You're gonna do something cool in the future, I bet, then. Just like Terminator.
Some of these
well,
sorceries are terrifying, though.
Yes.
Sarah Connor's thing was just giving birth to John.
Yeah, that's...
Yeah, you're going to give birth to someone who's going to do something really cool in the future.
Yep. Also, even though that's kind of, a little hard, being vampire. And also, Devin, you better...
someone.
You better pick up Dagon's breath. Or Dagon's call.
Dagon, yeah, that one's
Dagon's
fucked.
call. Yeah, that's the you drown somebody in their own blood by putting their blood in their lungs.
So hype.
What you have to do it though is you have to take your own blood and wipe it at least across their arm or in a wound, and then within an hour, but before a week, 3 times you can do a ritual where you stab yourself with a golden blade ceremonial dagger, and you cause all of their veins to burst.
Oh, it's a different one I'm thinking
of. Oh my god.
And you can do that 3 times. It only does aggravated damage to mortals. Mortals just fucking get murked. But vampires just take superficial from it.
I love the idea of one of us just like being inflicted with this, and then just every once in a while, like, oh, all of my veins burst. What an inconvenience. Just going about my day like normal, and now I have to go about my day slightly inconvenienced because all of my blood vessels burst.
And now you know why the Tremere are very feared by many
Banu Hakim
kindred.
as well.
Yeah.
Well, Banu
yeah.
Hakim probably more so, but that's because they're also just hyper zealous, like
Yeah,
uh,
they have a cause.
They
Uh,
that and they
kind of.
really like drinking kindred. Like that's just
That's
been
true.
historically a very big thing. They really like just diablerie, which is pretty fucked up. And so the Tremere have some extra beef since they're the ones who were told to fix that bane, made it worse. So the Banu Hakim and the Tremere got hands to throw. Also, the Banu Hakim, they also have some beef because the Banu Hakim were there like, yeah, your shit isn't actually magic, my man. We can do it too. And they're like, no, our stuff's cool. Our stuff's special. You can't do it. It's like, yeah, we can. We have cooler spells.
Yeah. But yeah. And you know that this thing was probably created somewhere. Probably nearby. Oh, relatively speaking.
Is
Nearby
it
is Seattle.
like within our job description to go figure out who made it, or is that like
It's very specifically your job description to do this.
all right?
You are the watchman.
That's
Your
what I thought.
job is to protect the
Yeah.
area you're in, and this creature is just a weapon. You need to find the person who's wielding said weapon or who let it loose.
Mm-hmm.
Though, you can take some solace in knowing that at the very least, the Triumvirate does not know who exactly did this. And it was not the intent of the Bloodline to release such a creature. So, if you find them, you could probably do what you need to with them without worrying about pissing off the rest of the Tremere, if they're a Tremere.
Mm-hmm. Would it get us some brownie points if we did just sort of turn them into the Tremere after finding them, if it's one of them?
Potentially. I mean,
I'd
you're
really
already
not
earning
be
some brownie
sure.
points giving them the body.
Mm-hmm.
But with that, I think it's a good time to take a quick 10-15 minute break, digest some of the information we've gone through. So we'll be back somewhere about like 10 after 7.
Oh, the limit break, I can get 4 demon summons. That's pretty cool. It's more than
That
3.
does sound pretty cool, actually. Fuck.
Like at a time or just like in your reserve? Like Pokemon?
Legion. It's called Legion for your limit break. You immediately conjure up to 4 summons drawn from all your summon abilities, ignoring their normal limits on quantity of summons, but
Ugh.
otherwise following the usual restrictions. They basically at the end of your turn, they will be automatically sacrificed under the sacrifice ability until it is your summon limit.
I see. So
Ah,
you get one
okay.
turn where you have all of your summons out at once, but then after that, most of them go away. That sounds pretty
And
fun.
then they directly say that like this is a summoning class that's built to like treat your summons as purely disposable. We recommend multi-classing with these 2 other summoners if you want to go for a character that has more like longevity for your summons. I really like the summon the disposable creature vibe, so we should try this game out.
I mean, I agree. Anyway, we're live.
Oh.
Anyway.
Alex discovered demons and is hooked.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a quick sell. I'm easy.
Yeah, you heard it here first on the internet, folks. Anyway, so you guys have gained some information. Ophelia's awake.
Good.
Yay.
What would you all like to do?
Improvement.
Improvement.
Enchantment.
Like, are you improving your character? Or are you saying something is an improvement?
I'm just saying being awake is an improvement.
It is. It is.
It is.
I guess at the very least we should probably get Ophelia some food.
Yeah.
Was I attacked in the time that I was alone?
We step
Yeah,
out the
because
door.
without knowing that it would continuously attack Ophelia, Velvet and
Fucking Augustus, and
Augustus
just
just walk out.
fucking puppy boy nature.
Because we don't
Hey,
know
y'all.
that it's going to target her until she's dead.
Wait,
I thought
when
you
did you all
stayed-
leave?
Yeah, I don't recall this.
To go get a
We were
bed.
planning to go get her a bed. Because Velvet had a spare at her apartment. And she didn't live far from Ted.
Oh my god.
And
You
Augustus
guys
went to go
literally
help her.
stayed behind for the sole purpose of watching over Ophelia because she's in danger.
Y'all suck.
I mean, is that what you did?
That was our original plan. Technically, with meta knowledge, it wouldn't change it.
Well, it's not even meta knowledge. It's kind of just. I thought the whole point was when you guys stayed behind.
Oh god.
We stayed behind.
Yeah.
We took
But as
all
soon
of
as
the logical
getting
ones
the
with
money.
us. We left all the emotional ones together. This is the problem. We need to split it up in a different way.
Like that was like the whole point of like leaving Alicia's Augustus there.
So no, you don't get murdered. We stay behind.
Thank god.
Damn.
'Cause,
You have to be careful.
I'll let you
'cause
all
the
know
pencil-
now. I'd make a roll, and depending on what I got, Ophelia might just die.
I believe it.
The character time.
I mean, I was there for the 50-50. I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah.
That'd be hilarious if we just show up and we're like, guys, good news. We made real progress. And the other 2 are just gone and Ophelia's there dead.
Ophelia's just a husk of a corpse. You
That
better
was funny
too.
as
She's
fuck.
primed right now.
Oh, no.
Man. One game where I'm not under horrible threat, and I actually have a replacement character already planned. I doubt Dead will die. Like, the game won't go on for that long, but I have other vampire characters because I like these games so much.
Hey, can I borrow one of them?
No, I will keep my La Sombra gang member or gang leader, who is his form of protection money as he drinks you.
Anyway,
Thanks for sharing.
Thanks, Devin's fan.
Yo, come back. I'm assuming you divulge the information.
Yep.
What do you do
Talks
now?
about all of it. That it's gonna endlessly hunt Ophelia.
Yeah, so I'm glad you guys like didn't decide to just leave her alone for some reason, like in the room. Like, that was a really smart thing. I'm glad. Honestly, I was kind of worried, but it would be silly to worry. That's obviously not a thing you would do.
You all care for your friends.
I
Caring
couldn't
for-
leave her alone even if we wanted to. She was getting very angry at the soap opera I was watching.
I hate
believe
soap
it.
operas.
Sorry, it was the only thing on.
I don't have that good of a cable plan. It just like came with the building.
Oh god, you've got the original.
I take a peek at the
Good news, General Hospital is on basic cable.
I take a peek at the TV and see the episode. I say, no, and I go and hurriedly turn it off. And I go, I haven't seen this episode yet. I haven't been able to watch this week.
You
Yeah,
miss
Let me know
nothing.
when it's what you think about it afterwards.
Wait, you watched that?
I watch that? Of course I do.
What's it called?
It's called. I wish I knew Spanish so I could come up with a fun name.
It's a very long name.
It's a really long name, and it's all Spanish, and it's definitely a vampire pun.
I mean, it is a weird show. Main character's husband dies in about a year's time of the programming.
Yeah, but that's what's really captivating about it. You never know what's going to happen next. It could be anything.
Well, specifically, he dies in a year. I've seen the future episodes.
I choose. I like keep talking about it with Velvet as if I'm not hearing. Choosing to gaslight myself into thinking this is just one of those moments where he's crazy. It's not a real thing.
She also chose Jose this episode, which from what I saw didn't seem like a good choice.
You're stuck with
I
it for
pick
a
up my
while.
chair and I throw it out the door, and she did not. Everyone knows Alejandro is way better for her.
Are we still unsure about who the father of her child is? Because last I checked, that was still up for debate. Because my
Well-
bet is because my money's on insert third character.
Yeah, I mean, it's not confirmed, but I like look back and forth, like, we all know exactly who it is.
Ted nods very affirmatively.
I start pointing to
Someone
one of
in
the
the
characters
Knockout
on
Network
screen.
just finished the episode.
He just shakes his head at like a couple of your suggestions. It all doesn't help that my sire is involved with its production. So I kind of have a lot of the knowledge kind of automatically in my head.
Do you know how long he plans to run this series on?
30 years, which in 20 years it'll blow up.
Thank goodness.
I mean, that's fair. I can see, understand that.
You know, it always felt like it would be a cult classic. Like, it's ahead of its time on, you know?
A cult classic soap opera?
Yeah, well, it's very occult in that, you know, it's all about like blood magic and like witches and voodoo and stuff.
The One
Oh.
Piece of Spanish soap operas, they'll call it.
True.
What's One Piece?
Yeah, you might like it.
I don't like anime.
It's a type of it's a type of bathing suit, Ophelia. What are you
Ted does
talking
know
about?
what the One Piece is.
No.
He's never telling.
Is it real?
Yes, the One Piece is real.
Oh.
He is 100% like caught up with One Piece, and he knows the ending. Oda is a Malkavian.
Oh,
I 100% believe that.
Not surprised.
Everyone took to that way too quickly. uh,
Okay, so it's going to hunt Ophelia until she's dead.
Yeah. So, I mean, when you recover and get to a better state, we can use you as bait.
But the problem is, me recovering in the process of it could make it attack me.
Only if
not
we leave
be-
you alone.
It's
We
true.
could bring you more blood bags.
Well, it also depends. You could stay here. You could stay at any one of our places, but you do need to stay somewhere where you're constantly being monitored. And this is at least small enough.
Yeah, but Aliester's place is so much better.
Yes, you can stay at any one of their places.
Might need
Yeah,
to
anyone
check
in
your
the
mic,
groups.
Kevin. That is pure fan for like a full
Oh.
minute.
Don't worry about it.
I am worrying about it. It's distracting.
Yeah, anyone in the group's house.
I mean, my apartment's pretty spacious if you need a place to crash, and it's in a nice area.
You've already seen my state of living. Or unliving, I guess.
If it is very needed, you could use the unused gas spectrum.
But your sire get mad at me, weird with me, Velvet.
I mean, he lets me have run of the apartment. Who's to say I can't have friends over? And if he knows you're part of the watch, he's not going to interfere.
Fair enough.
And if he has something to say, just let him say it and blow over, and eventually he'll forget.
I don't know if I can do that, but I'll try. I might yell at him.
There's a reason my bathroom has a lock on it.
Ugh.
I hide myself in there so he can't come talk to me. He takes the hand eventually and leaves. But there's that. Ted's location is central. If Augustus wasn't living with his sire, I'd say you could stay with Augustus, because he'd be the most likely one to defend you.
Yeah, I want to go over to my place. He
It's
will
true.
not like it.
Might have to stay with Michelangelo then.
Very well. Yeah, it should be fine. Considers that the room may not have been dusted for a while.
Get in there, there's like 80 years worth of dust.
Do you want us to let your sire know, since you won't be returning for a little bit?
I have to get some things first from my home anyways. Like new clothes.
Yeah.
Ah shit, that thing got my favorite corset.
Uh-huh.
My favorite corset's now just destroyed.
I mean,
Looks down to stomach to giant gaping hole.
To be fair, that's what you get for wearing your favorite corset on a dangerous investigation mission.
How about you shut the fuck up?
isn't that like your 13th special suit?
Yes, but it's not my favorite.
It's one of them.
Yes, they're all my favorites because I make sure to only wear the best.
And you're wearing your favorites on an investigation. You're not wearing a throwaway outfit.
Yeah, but if I destroy it, I can just buy another.
Rich people.
I'm gonna rob your house. I know where you live.
I know where he keeps his good stuff.
Oh, where?
He starts naming off like actual fully hidden shit in your house.
I just start playing it off like, yes, everywhere. I have good stuff everywhere. Definitely nowhere in particular, such as what he's saying.
He gives like a very specific. There is
all the stuff I've called out to him.
There is exactly 20 grand hidden in an air vent on the second floor guest bedroom. It is in a cardboard box. Like, he starts getting specific. He's offering it up as like fun little trivia, essentially. There's no malice in as he's talking.
You start naming something, I'm like, that's where I put that? I guess.
That's,
I didn't even know about that one. Who had it there?
your possessions are very talkative. Something about, I guess, your environment.
I start looking at all of the things I own as if they've betrayed me.
Also, just reminiscing on the times we've been over to your mansion and Ted just kind of disappeared for like a couple minutes. He just sometimes just wanders in weird locations. He has never stolen anything, to your knowledge.
No, but other people in this group definitely have.
Oh, true. I have.
Looks
Yeah.
at one person in particular.
I just had one of your old driver's licenses, just for no reason.
I noticed it was gone, and I was like, why do I even have a driver's license? Like, I don't drive. I just haven't renewed it yet.
Then do we want to wait until... How long do you think it'll take you to heal up?
Cam, I'm unsure of healing rules.
I mean, we just went through them. You heal 1 aggravated a day,
Oh,
It'll be a few days.
just a week.
and you'll need to roll 3 rouse checks, plus 1 for waking up every day. So 4 rouse checks every day.
Good thing you don't have a ghoul. All right, so whoever has Ophelia at their place does have to keep in mind that every day she could go absolutely off the rails and murder someone in the vicinity.
Well, rouse checks from healing aggravated damage actually just makes you fall into torpor if it goes over your hunger.
Oh, that's
Just go
convenient.
To torpor again.
Ophelia,
We spent
we're
like 2
time.
months going, ah, damn it, not again.
We gotta go out to meet with
Oh.
everyone. Oh, again.
All right, so you'll stay with Michelangelo. We'll reconnect in a week. Do we want to pick a place more in public view for meeting up as far as our residences are concerned? Not that I have anything against Ted's place, but it is a bit out of the way.
If you know of any guaranteed private locales.
Looks over at Aliester.
Yes.
Do you have a house where you silence the walls?
Definitely. In most rooms.
Mind if we borrow them for our meetup then?
All right, but you know the ground rules.
You may have to go over them again. It's been a bit since I've been to your place.
Keep the stealing to a minimum. I look at Ophelia again. Make sure not to dirty anything, especially the ones who do it on purpose. I look at Ophelia. And most importantly, stay away from my daughter. I look at Ophelia, who is in her growth phase. She's very impressionable right now.
I respect that one, actually. It's the only rule I do respect out of character. This is out of character, but
Yes.
I really does respect that one.
I know
Doesn't
that
mean
you
you
respect
can't
it,
be
but it's
suspicious of
also you're the one that I definitely want to keep away from her in this at this part. I am raising her well, and I do not want her to be a hooligan.
What? Suddenly 180s and turns into a brouhaha.
She does not need a dang rebellious face.
Piss
What
me off.
about-
Yeah,
I'm
she
introducing her to
does.
communism.
What about information that is unknowable to mortal minds? Is that okay to share?
Is that a thing?
All right, maybe we'll consider that.
Okay, I can give unforetold truths and strange foresights to help this child learn.
Give her the answers to her math homework.
Yep, and the math homework she's gonna get in a week's time.
That defeats the purpose.
Ted has a pretty high intelligence. He could be their math tutor. He's actually smart.
Well, what's his academics?
Well, one in academics. I graduated. I got engineering. He's got a engineering degree.
Yo.
Nerd.
Yeah, and then he used it promptly to learn how to about security systems and like breaking into places.
At this rate, she'll just be hacking Aliester's home security system.
It's not hard.
Oh,
I don't even know if I don't think I have like a very good home security system.
That is the problem.
What?
when was the last time you updated it?
I'm literally a vampire.
He is the home security system.
Yeah, whoever breaks into my house, beware.
Unless it's like another kindred.
I literally only have a home security system at all to keep up appearances.
Oh, that's right. You said Willenbury is your home security.
Yeah, I'd rather there not be like cameras watching the things I do around my house.
To be fair, though, most break-ins happen in the middle of the day, so
It's true.
it would be happening when we're asleep. Oh God, break-ins are really bad for vampires. I kind of just like realized, like, depending on where your haven is, that could be really bad.
Why?
Cause like, what if a person breaks in and it's like you're sleeping in your fucking coffin, like as your weird archaic vampire, like a nice suburb home.
I mean, technically, if you dress right, you can play it off as goth.
Good. It's like, oh, I'm just goth. Also, why are you in my house?
I sleep in this coffin to keep it warm for intruders just like you.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Imagine the mayor saying that shit to you.
It just is immediately like you wake up and you're like, oh God, it's middle of the day. Who are you? Also, thanks for the meal, I guess. You kill them.
I would never eat some random person off the street.
Hey, you wouldn't.
It'd be given to us for scraps if we were nearby.
Yeah.
All right. Well. With that, y'all do your best to keep Ophelia safe. Keep Ophelia well fed. It's not glorious, but all in all, you managed to keep it more or less together long enough for Ophelia to kind of get back to full. And I'm pretty sure everyone here can make probably easily a minimum 2 on their hunting checks now at this point.
Yeah.
I don't even
Question.
eat.
I don't eat.
Question.
Sure.
I might need a specific blood type. Could by chance could I get some help on one of my hunts from you, Velvet? I need the blood type for sad people again.
Alrighty, pick a block.
That one. Give me a depressed guy.
I can pick one. There's many in Seattle. Pick a building.
That one, and we drink some guy who's just playing League of Legends all night.
Ugh.
Because we drank him, he lost the game for his team.
What the hell?
Yeah, it's just, Ted was more okay with it once he learned he played League, so.
Who was his name?
Jesus.
Got banned for AFK, and they made his night even worse.
I don't know enough about League to make a joke about their main. But it's
I know,
something
like,
annoying and
2
sweaty. Oh, it's that
names.
one samurai guy.
Yasuo.
Yeah, it's Yasuo. He's a Yasuo. Yeah, so it's okay.
There's technically 2 sweaty samurais, so
There's 3.
You have his brother Yone.
So it was a
And there's
Yasuo
Master
main
Yi.
who was spamming ping at that, like getting angry with his team, yet he had the lowest like kills in the team. He was like
Oh god, he's a
bottom
0-10-0.
Yeah, but he was like acting like he was the top shit. So I don't. Are we really losing anything?
He happens to be the unfortunate person on the receiving end of a death threat because of the toxic other players in his group, and he actually dies.
I wouldn't kill him. No.
Yeah, you
So
wouldn't
silly.
kill that other guy you drank from last time either.
No, I would never. Never ever. But yeah, Ted would like to drink a depressed League of Legends player. So a League of Legends player.
Yeah.
Alrighty. I go hunting for a depressed League of Legends player.
Tabletop's amazing. DM, I'd like to roll to see if I can feed off of a depressed League player.
I need it for my obfuscate power.
It has to be a League player.
It does, because who else would share that blood type?
Alright, well,
If they were happy, they wouldn't be playing League.
more or less, we're taking like a week of downtime. So during this time, y'all can feed as much as you need. Ophelia heals as much as she needs, and you can feed on whatever blood types you all need.
Perfect.
So we have another person that needs to feed. A certain bound boy.
Oh yeah, true. You go back to your
Bound
sire to
boy.
drink.
Our blood-bound comrade.
Oh,
Yeah, getting a little high up there.
You do need to get your hunger down.
Oh man.
so what do you do during this week?
If I go back to my sire for this one time, is it permanent or is
It
it
just
flexible?
resets the clock.
Yeah, it's like
Yeah.
it's no more or less permanent than it was already.
And like Booter said, we'll just extend the clock from like the start time.
Well, yeah, because right now you guys are about like a week or two in. You're a couple weeks out from reducing the bond. If you think you can last that long without going on a blood frenzy.
No, our group is known for notoriously going weeks without blood.
I do that. I go a long time without blood.
I mean, Velvet, I think, is the one who's fed the least here.
I think that's true.
I'm still at hunger too.
Have you ever fed?
No.
Oh my god.
Lucky with those rouse checks.
Yeah.
I guess we're gonna need to do like 5 rouse checks, right?
Nah, no worries. I'm not gonna
We-
burn you guys with some excess tedium.
Yeah, I imagine it decides we could just say we feed every night, so then it would just undo it.
So,
In the end, Augustus, it's your call. Feed off your sire or feed off one of your friends.
well, if he can.
Yeah, because if I do feed off of you, Ophelia's not there to protect you, so if I do go crazy, that will be very bad.
Also,
Well,
it's
also,
against
you
your...
have to make like an absurd check, right?
Yeah, because you're
That's not too
acting
bad.
against
Not
your
for
bloodline.
Augustus. It's worse for you.
No, I'm talking
No.
about the check against their master.
Yeah, if you're bloodbound to someone, you have to make a check to do something against them.
I believe it's a willpower check, and this one's a target number 5.
But you can also spend willpower to re-roll.
That is true, but I'll have to hit a crit because it's resolve and intelligence, and I only have like 5 total.
I mean, it's always an option.
Willpower
yeah,
is
you're free
composed
to
to
try.
resolve.
Oh man, I'm so scared to hurt Velvet so much.
If you
Do it.
mention it to Velvet, she can go. We can go somewhere else. We can maybe head to Ted's apartment so he can watch at least.
Oh god.
He does like to watch.
Just like, just Ted's like trying to like watch a movie or something, and you guys are like, "Can we drink in front of you?" And he's like, "I'd rather be, I mean, okay, I guess."
Just looks around you guys, just like, yeah, sure, whatever.
He just goes back to watching a blank TV. He's just doing his own thing. He's trying to unwind. He's eating
Ted
some
wa-
like Doritos.
Ted chilling out watching a movie while our friend Velvet gets absolutely drained dry in the corner.
Could you keep it down?
Keep it down. Your screaming's really making it hard to watch.
Velvet's getting Diablerized right behind him.
Turns around. Oh,
Christ.
damn it. You ruined the best part. Oh, shit.
And the whole reveal of like, Ted, I have to tell you something. I'm a celebrity. He's like, oh, that makes sense. I keep hearing shit about the third eye when I'm around you, and I was wondering what that meant.
Okay. Okay. So a couple days in, I have Augustus has a feeling that once he drinks off of somebody else, he cannot come back to the cult. So he will purposely pack just enough stuff to not look suspicious, but just enough to get by. Just like clothes, basic, like toothbrush, all that stuff. And he'll feed off Velvet.
Damn.
At least attempt to.
Well, try.
Yeah.
Okay. Alright. Sure. Go ahead and make a willpower.
Oh, don't you mean intelligence resolve? Or-
I'm pretty sure it's the same thing.
No, willpower is composure resolve.
It's
Yeah.
the blood bonds.
I would have a much smaller pool if it was intelligence resolve.
You're stupid?
Yup.
Same.
Wait, what's your intelligence?
That's 2.
I have a 1.
Yeah, I know. I'm more intelligent
yeah,
than
no.
you. But
Just resolve plus intelligence.
Any difficulties by chance?
Difficulties? I mean,
it
the
is
difficulty is
resolve
5.
intelligence?
The difficulty right there is just giving you the DC to post with the roll.
It is resolve intelligence?
It is, yes.
That's crazy.
Okay. Do you want me to type in 5 for the difficulty or leave
Sure,
it
go
be?
ahead.
The check he has to make, not the willpower pool.
Oh yeah, don't worry.
No, I'm talking about the booter.
Oh, yeah, no,
Oh.
willpower is not
Yeah.
resolve intelligence.
Oh!
my God.
Holy shit!
Holy shit!
God.
On the dot.
What the
Oh.
goddamn?
Now for another difficult roll from you.
Alright, so what's your feature?
So, consuming enough to abate at least one hunger level requires a hunger frenzy test at a difficulty 2 plus the Salubri's Bane severity. If the test fails, they keep consuming to the point that they might have to be physically fought off, and my penalty, or my Bane severity is 2. So you need to beat at least a 4.
Alicia spent all the successes on actually starting to drink, and now you're not going to have any to try and stop.
I can do it, and then you just can't stop.
Diablo rise. Diablo rise.
No.
Yes.
That's
Okay.
why willpower is useful.
What's the check needed? Sorry. Is it intelligence resolve again?
It's a hunger frenzy test. So,
Oh,
yeah.
okay. So just make a frenzy roll then. Top right of your sheet.
And then difficulty 2, right?
Or
Difficulty 4.
Oh,
Eh.
fuck.
Oh god.
Ah!
You
You get 2 dice.
yeah.
Isn't that a willpower roll, Frenzy?
Wait, difficulty 4 and you only have 2 dice.
1 second. What's frenzy?
That's based on your willpower, right? Is your
I'm
willpower
assuming?
that
Let me
bad?
check.
No, it's a full 5 out of 5.
Do you have any slashes in the box?
Like, just diagonal, yeah.
No,
Those
leave
are
those empty.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought yours was
Those are-
You would
full.
have recovered them as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because you
Yeah.
haven't made a roll in a minute.
If you use a willpower, you put a slash. If
Oh,
you leave them empty when you don't, because that's that's how I was doing it too, but it's wrong.
I'm sorry, I didn't know.
Don't apologize. It's not your fault. The book is bad, and it really hasn't come up yet.
Yeah,
This one
we
is
all
just
know
the
what it
sheet.
was, Alicia.
This one is the sheet is bad, but yeah.
Mm.
We know you just really wanted to Diablerize Velvet.
No.
Roll a real
Hedging
frenzy
the
check
bets.
They are a Diabolizer.
Oh no, whatever can I do? I only have 2 dice in it. Guess I just have to drain you dry.
You want to try again, Augustus?
Yeah.
Ah, there we go.
now. Significantly.
Eh.
Are you fucking kidding me?
You can
Hey,
spend your
You
willpower
spend
to
your willpower now to
reroll.
roll up to 3.
Okay, thank God. So I just re-roll it again, right?
Just
No, just
No, just
roll 3.
choose something else that has 3 dice.
Yeah.
Okay. Do I increase the difficulty on that, or?
No,
Just
just
don't put
no.
a difficulty
yeah,
in.
no.
Because it wants me to roll something else.
Yeah, so you basically just pick like an attribute with 3 dice and then pick a skill you're not trained in.
Yeah.
Why is it picking everything that I'm... One moment, sorry. Like, I have so many that are empty, but now the options that are there
You have
are...
to choose the skill and then choose the attribute after. You can't click the attribute and then choose a skill.
Yeah, like for me, if I wanted to do this, I would roll like occult and intelligence. Since it's
Yeah.
three pips in intelligence, 0 in occult.
Yeah, so click on a skill that you have 0 with and then choose the attribute that you have 3 in. Yeah. Oh.
Oh,
Oh,
no,
God.
That's
Please.
one
please!
dice.
Reroll.
They're normal dice.
This is just a reroll, so this is now a 4th success
Yeah,
with
this
no
is
Okay.
bestial failures.
Bestial failures aren't on normal dice.
Would be pretty funny though.
It would 100%, yeah.
Oh, okay,
However-
I'll redo it.
Do you have 4?
Oh,
No,
No,
you're
it's-
fine.
4
Don't
success.
worry
You're
about
good.
it.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, phew.
You
Okay.
just
can't
because
because,
you're
it's your hunger.
You also met your goal, so.
You did. You feed off of Velvet.
Okay,
Cool.
phew.
Now to roll for blood bonding.
Hold on.
But
Can you bloodbind if you're already bloodbound?
I don't know.
It cannot be bloodbound.
Yeah. Velvet can't be bloodbound to anyone else. The inverse is not necessarily true. It doesn't say you can't bind anyone in a blood bond.
Which just makes this any funnier when Aliester attempts to blood bond Velvet and it just doesn't work.
I won't blood bind you. I just make you addicted to me feeding on you.
Again, like, why isn't it working?
That's different. It's not blood binding. You just like how it feels. It's basically just doing drugs.
Sorry, rich people aren't to my taste.
No, it's him feeding on you, not you feeding on him.
Wait, it does have to be 3 times within a year for the blood bind to fully take effect.
Don't you have another feature for blood bonds? Because I know there's one where... Oh, no. It's Alicia. Do you have blood junkie or whatever?
No.
Okay.
Do you have some kind of flaw that would work with this?
There's another aspect. So a thrall can only have 1 regent, and you are immune to other blood bonding attempts while you have another. So you were fine.
Yeah, so you cannot be bloodbound. Anyone else, anyway.
The only thing that would break it is either going cold turkey, or if your regent decided to have another blood bind with another kindred, and you're the oldest one. Because if they go over their limit for their blood potency, then the oldest bind will just start to disintegrate within a week.
All right.
Amazing.
So,
you just gobble some blood.
This is going to have to be a little granular because it has to be to resolve this appropriately. So you said you wait a couple days, so I need 2 rouse checks first.
Oh, okay.
Pass.
Oh.
Okay. Pass.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
I'm so fucking jealous of you.
So you then drink blood, which you slake 1 hunger, and Velvet gains a hunger. And then I need, well, potentially, let's do 2 more rouse checks.
Okay.
Swear to God, if you make both of these.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
What the fuck?
That's so
Okay.
annoying.
What?
And I need 2 more rouse checks, please.
What is happening? Am I breaking the game?
Yes.
I am going to kill someone in real life and in the game. I'm so mad. 1 sec. Now that I'm upset, I make one. When it doesn't matter, I'm so mad. This is annoying. I hate life. I hate vampires. Fuck it, werewolves. Can I be a werewolf now?
Alicia, keep it going. How far can we take it?
One more.
One more round.
Double or
Let's
nothing.
do it.
Yeah.
All right. Well, good news is, and something you might want to mark down, you're a week out from reducing your blood bond. So, if 1 more week passes and you don't drink from your sire, the blood bond will weaken, and then it will only be a difficulty 4.
Yay.
Yay!
Yeah.
I wonder if your sire's keeping track.
Let's hope he's occupied.
I mean, Ted's is not the hungry. Not Ted. Augustus isn't really a hungry boy.
No.
Sorry, I don't know what to tell you, sire. I passed 10 rouse checks in a row.
I've just this isn't even a lie. I just haven't been hungry. It's just weird. I'm just not hungry at all for some reason.
I can't fail my rouse checks. I don't know what to say.
Can also claim work's been keeping you busy.
I mean, he can feed you still, even if you aren't hungry.
Yeah.
Sorry, I couldn't eat another bite. I mean, any bite. I haven't eaten yet.
50 eyes.
Phew, close one.
But, all right. Well, I expected more to happen in the last hour, but I guess a lot did kind of happen. That's where we're gonna have to end it for today. Ophelia is officially healed and not murdered in a bedroom somewhere.
Yay!
Augustus is well on a way to blood bond recovery. For now.
Crazy enough.
And you guys have some very pertinent information. You know that this creature is some kind of more or less bio-cyborg that's designed with a singular purpose in mind, and for whatever reason, that purpose is to hunt kindred. And it is only aiming for one, and it's probably starving right now.
I mean, that is another tactic. We could just starve it out.
Well, it's all the people in the communes are just.
Oh,
Yeah, I was wondering how patient it would be if we were just sort of always around.
Oh, yeah, have to find out next time.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's gonna be it for the session. Everyone will gain 2 XP, and then any player nominations and or kudos.
I just want to give a general kudo or possibly nomination to everyone for that the soap opera talk.
yes.
That's true. That was pretty good. Everyone who participated in the soap opera talk, go ahead and get an XP. It's very funny. Good improv. Good improv. This is what we would have taken classes for.
Yeah, if I can just get enough kudos to get like 8 more XP, help my build a little bit.
If I could get like, I don't know, 15 more XP, just loose number.
Denied.
Damn.
You know, I did
Alright, what
enjoy
about
the
Jenny?
comment of just saying, yeah, Ted can watch while Augustus drains Velvet dry, and just like, oh, that explains it.
I'll say that's a kudo. It was more of like an out of character joke than anything. So, funny.
Ted getting that depressed League of Legends player was pretty funny.
Yeah.
That's true. I did like the League of Legend play. Yeah, go ahead. Take player award.
Yo.
Good job to Augustus for not being a Diablerizer.
True.
Some character
Yeah.
progress was made to go ahead and take an XP.
Yeah.
Can you get rid of an XP for how
Thank you.
annoying your rouse successes are to me?
I don't know what happened. I don't
know
know
what?
what
No,
deal I
no,
made
no.
or
I got this. Ted, go ahead and get a XP for rolling a successful rouse check.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
It's so rare.
A crit
Honestly-
success at that.
Honestly, it kind of feels like he shouldn't get anything for it because it was like he really broke character in that moment. I feel like he
It's true.
it didn't feel like something his character would do.
A character would never succeed in a rouse check.
No,
oh,
really broke the
at all.
immersion.
Yeah.
I will say, good shit to my fellow gamers at the Tremere meeting. Throwing around some good stuff.
True,
Dap it
yeah.
up, dap it up.
Everyone at the Tremere meeting, go ahead and take an XP. It's a good one, fun one. I love Kindred politics. Can't wait to do some more.
God, vampire politics. I could never in real life. If VTM was real, I think I would go full like. I just want to be I don't want to deal with this politics. Can I live my own? Just be immortal, have fun, be a vampire gamer. Just kind of hang out, do nothing.
This is Vamp Boy 666.
Yeah, I just play like some online game, and you know, actually, and then
Valorant
all
player.
night I can just grind Warframe. It's great.
XX _ bloodsucker _ XX.
I then like go to I make friends. I get my herd, which is just my Warframe clan that lives in the same city as me, and then in exchange for platinum, I drink them.
It's
Because
fucked up.
it feels good. It's good. It's a good experience.
Great, yeah.
So I pay them, and then they send me platinum and parts that I don't want, and I have like a roving guild for my own amusement in Warframe.
That's your herd.
That's his herd.
And according to the quiz, I'd be a Bruja, so with all those powers too.
I feel like you would make a really good Malkav.
It'd be funny, but I also wouldn't want to because I don't want to. I don't want my because listen, what it does is it takes whatever major mental illness you have and amplifies it. So I would just be fucking terrified 24/7. I don't want that.
Oh.
Damn, that's fair.
I'm already an anxious lad. I don't want that more. I wouldn't get the funny stuff like that.
You wouldn't get the
Oh no, we could all
schizophrenia.
come out to visit you and you're holding a deer down going, respect the queen.
Yeah, me as a vampire would never do that. I would be more like too scared to leave my house.
All right, any other nominations in Arcudas? Okay, that's gonna be it for us. Remember, no session next week, but we will continue as normal the week after. Happy holidays, everyone who watches this. You know, perfect Christmas. This is the Christmas episode.
Yeah.
Merry Christmas and Happy Christmas.
Can't even be the Hanukkah episode. Hanukkah already passed.
It did,
Oh.
yeah.
It's the holidays episode.
Yeah, it's the holidays
In
episode.
between everything.
I guess it's pretty even between Hanukkah and Christmas.
That's true. That's true. Yeah, fair.
And look
It's a,
at
it's a
us.
happy holidays. We're officially declaring war on Christmas.
Perfectly secular. I think that's the right word.
And yeah, we will
not.
still be having table talk, I believe, this week, right?
I don't got anything to stop me.
Okay.
Short of Nurgle taking him again.
Yeah, if I get horribly sick again, but you know that won't happen.
We may have to preemptively get the Nurgle counter out. I just need an ick font. Just an ick font that
Yeah.
I can use for the Nurgle counter. But yeah, anyway. Thank you all so much for watching, and we'll go ahead and say goodnight.
Happy
Good night.
holidays.
Good night, happy
Good
holidays.
night, everyone.
Night.
Happy holidays.
8 crazy nights, everyone.
Haha.
What a good movie.
The Adam Sandler movie, yeah.
It's really bad. That movie's fucking
Such a
sucks.
good movie.
Movie's so dog shit.
It's an okay.
No, it's not. Don't lie.